Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. It is so great to see you all here. Welcome in. Welcome in. We hit the camera a little bit early because they kicked right into a cutscene, and I didn't want to miss that for everyone. So, how y'all doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. First off, Tom, you absolute mad lad. Thank you. Thank you so much for that subscription, for taking advantage of the September event that's going on right now. Thank you, thank you. And to all of you for being here, thank you so much. Thank you, Blades, for submitting this for critique. I am grateful for your patience while we've been getting to this. It's been a little bit of a wait, so thank you for your patience there. And congrats on first, Blades. It is great to see you, Karzest, as well. Let's go ahead and dive into this. I'm really interested in this. Blades seems really interested about it, and I'm curious to see how it goes. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a good time. Let's go ahead and dive in. This is a how does the store page describe it itself? It is a roguelike, bullet heaven-y type, survivors-like type sort of experience. So that intro was like, for the first time in thousands of years, something has entered your abode. There's something about 3 hearts. I totally missed it. I don't know. Oh dear. Start run goes straight to multiplayer. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So back up. Back up. Title design, right? We always talk about the launch screen. There's some solid design here overall. We got a good typographic logo. There's a good typographic logo, very action-y, very combat. It's telling us, oh, thank you, Tom, appreciate that. It's telling us that, you know, we're going to be in for some adventure, right? And that's good. Early access feels a little bit plain, but like, whatever, it's early access. It's not going to be there forever. We got some nice embers and smoke effects, particles, just to breathe some life into this scene. I could do with the grass swaying here. I think this is just a static image. Oh, but we are kind of zooming in. You see this extreme foreground image here? We're kind of panning in and out on that, and that's kind of breathing a little bit more life into that. That's maybe a little too subtle. I would like some grass movement. Your category needs updating. Ow, crap, Twitch. So I use Restream to do both the streams at the same time, or both the platforms. And that causes some problems every now and again because it doesn't update Twitch on everything, which is a major pain. Let's do Gatekeeper. Boop. There we go. We're in Gatekeeper. Restream is not the best. It's deeply frustrating, but also it's kind of like the only thing that lets me stream on both YouTube and Twitch. And while a ton of people are not watching on YouTube, we have had some channel regulars come in through YouTube. Deeply important people in the community have come in through YouTube as well. It does create an archival log of all this sort of stuff, which Twitch kind of sucks at. So, you know, we deal with it. Buttons. So we have 3 distinct groups, or 4 distinct groups here. They're very good on their spacing. You can see we have a small amount of space between start, run, and join, and then a larger amount of space here, large space here, large space here. So this is our start the game buttons. These are our like codex buttons. Let's look at different things. Alamad, you are not late. We are just barely started. Just barely started. We're gonna do Gatekeeper for a little bit, like hour and a half, 2 hours, and then we're gonna dive into Banana Jam, which I am terrified of because I have never built a boss before, and I do not know how to do it, and it is going to be such a struggle. I did see the extension though, so hopefully I'll be able to do something at least decent. And then Gatekeeper. Yeah, what is Gatekeeper? This is let me throw the store page in the chat. Boop. That's Gatekeeper. So this is a bullet heaven roguelike. So it's a survivors-like sort of game, Vampire Survivors, but roguelike. So you can see we've got good spacing on all of these. You can see they've also highlighted the buttons that you're probably going to be clicking on more often on the button styles here. So we have like a primary highlighting, a secondary highlighting with a little bit less, and then no highlighting at all, and then just a really tiny small amount. So this is actually quite a lot of complex button styles. I might actually recommend simplifying this a little bit. But yeah, I think it's quite interesting. Have I read the news? That you extended the time frame? Yes, I did see that. I just mentioned it. So I'm hoping I'll be able to actually create something decent. I have not had enough time on it as much as I would like, so we're gonna see how that goes. This is an interesting choice, having this kind of disclaimer here about early access. You have the Steam discussions here, but then you also have the Discord link down here. I would honestly probably swap these. And definitely have the Discord link be next to the Steam discussions link. It seems like as a developer, you want to bring people into your Discord more than you want to bring people into Steam discussions. But maybe I'm wrong on that. I'm not totally sure. But definitely have them in the same location, though. 100%. Okay. Yeah, we have just a lot of complex stuff on the right here. That we have an icon, and then maybe an icon, but it's a different color. Now it's a progress bar, and then we have the icon on the left instead of the right. I'm not sold on that. I think there could be some work done here to make this feel a little more consistent. Of course, that being said, we're always trying to deal with the constraints that we're given, right? A big problem here with private and public is this icon looks essentially identical until you hover over it, and then you get something. There needs to be a little bit more here to communicate locked or unlocked state. So we're gonna do locked. Hey, Alex, good to see you over on YouTube. How you doing, friend? Ooh, I need to move my camera. Hold on. So we've got sort of a party interface up there. That's always disconcerting to me. Whenever I open up a game, they're like, here's multiplayer. I'm like, oh, but I don't really do very much multiplayer. Can I still play this solo? Like, is that gonna be a thing? Okay, so we've got like a bunch of different characters. Very cool. We got stuff to unlock. That's rad. Normal and arena. I'm assuming arena is going to be a typical survivors-like experience. And then difficulty. I don't know what this 100% means. Is this going to give me double rewards too? Is it doubling every single stat in the game? That could be 200% stronger, 200% faster, 200% more tanky. I'd like a little bit more granularity, or just remove that entirely. I think it's kind of misleading. Reminds me of Risk of Rain 2 starting screen. I can definitely see that. Yeah. And then the click to copy, I don't know why what am I copying? Is this a seed? Is this an invite code? Like, what am I copying here? Good to see you, 2D Fighter. Yeah, we're streaming a little bit early. We've got quite a lot to get through this week, so really want to crunch through. This is called GateKeeper on Steam. It is a survivors-like roguelike. So and as Nicholson pointed out, it's kind of similar to Risk of Rain as well in how things are feeling so far. So we've got our sort of MOBA-esque type sort of abilities. So standard shot, every third shot deals extra damage. A wisp that explodes, dealing 500% damage. Okay. Quick dash. Okay. Throws a disc that bounces up to 20 times. Okay. 20 as the starting point says. There's going to be a lot of stuff on screen at once, which I'm on board for. Alamad, you got it. Oh, we'll go with the baseball cap. It's rare I get to have the baseball cap in the office. And then we have Replicant, which it's smaller and to the side, so I'm assuming it's a passive. These are actives, and this is a passive, is my assumption. You could have, underneath like Replicant, it could say a little thing saying passive, right? Just to communicate that a little bit more. Not necessarily necessary, because we do have the good signifiers here of size, distance, and everything to communicate this. But if they were having usability problems, people didn't know what this was at first blush, that's something that could be done. In the event of death, Hybrid is given a second chance. Works once per run. Hybrid is given a second chance. First of all, am I Hybrid? I am Hybrid. Okay. Feels like it could be bigger. I don't know. And then what does a second chance mean? I'm assuming it's a revive, but that language feels like it could be more clear. Is this an indie game? It is an indie game. This is made by 4 people. 4 people is what the title screen said. Mothman, we will do that hat tower in just a second. Do you ever have viewers do co-op with you? We haven't so far, but we could. Mostly we haven't just because I kind of drop in and out of stuff really quick, but I would definitely be down if people would find value in it to do a viewer playing stream. In fact, one thing I've wanted to do for a while is kind of have a stream-based book club, right? Where we play a game, talk about it online. And that would be a good forum for that and get people on a Discord call where we can talk with each other and facilitate a discussion. That would be fun. Green Kitty, what's Banana Jam? It is a jam being hosted by Alamod. The theme is Brain Rot. And Alamod, feel free to drop a link if you'd like. The theme is Brain Rot, and you have to have a special object, which is banana bread. So I'm making a memory platformer. This is not what I'm making. I'm making a memory game platformer where you have to flip cards over and get matches, but you have to do it with a platformer while a boss is shooting around and blasting you and nuking your brain down. So, only for a nice, good job so far, creators. Yeah, I totally agree. I just got asked by one of the jam contestants to team up with them. I didn't know what to say except for yes. Well, best of luck. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jiminy Christmas, so many hats. Okay, hat towers. 1. We got 2. We got 3. We got 4. And to top it all off, my main man, Cthulhu, Aya Fatong. All right, here we go. There we go. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, and then we have like basic stats down here. I'm assuming this is health, but the up arrow makes me think it's like health regen. I'm assuming it's health. 35 base damage that scales your abilities because they're all like percentage based of this, I'm guessing. And then we have an empty heart with a plus sign. I think I'm assuming this is health regen. I think this should be the health regen icon. Or this can be the health. I don't know. The difference between health and health regen I don't feel is not quite large enough. And the like get rid of the arrow and this little apostrophe. Why is this here? You can have a more clear visual metaphor if you just have the heart. It's a little more boring, but I feel it's a lot more clear. And then what? Move speed maybe? All right. Gotta get you a Super Mario cosplay hat. Oh, shoot. Use the position reset button in the pause menu. That's not encouraging. Like, it's great that they've accounted for that. Nice little intro, zoom in, pan out. Establishing shots, you always go really tight or really wide. Think of every sitcom, right? All right, so we have elapsed time, kill them all. Elapsed time is definitely making me think this is going to be Risk of Rain style. The visuals feel very Risk of Rain. So we have sprint, left mouse button to shoot. We've got our blast. We're doing kill them all, which is disconcerting to me. I worry about that. We've talked about objectives like that a lot on the channel. Oh, okay. That like what happens when you get to like one dude left, right? Have we sufficiently dealt with this? On hitting with the first skill, a 10% chance to push the enemy away. Hitting with the first skill. I don't... So did I get a relic? Was that a relic that's just passively on everything now? Okay. Loving the bouncy boy. Q, a new level of evolution is available. Okay, so we're slowing time, not stopping it. Health regen. Skill cooldown, base health. Let's go skill cooldown. Never gotten stuck in this game. Yeah, it just... That being the first thing you see when you load in is a little distressing. It's like, oh, you don't have a lot of confidence in this being a very tightly polished product yet, do you? Which is understandable. It's a team of 4, and clearly there's been a lot of work put into this. Like, it feels really good. There's a lot of good polish work. Just everything is feeling good. But it's a bummer of a first impression. Okay, let's see what's over here. Is this another relic? E. Second win. 4 HP plus 4 HP per stack to health regen while health is below 40%. So per stack. So I'm assuming we're going to be getting, like, a lot of these. 25% to maximum health, 15% to damage. So is my... Like, the damage was in red numbers. Normally, red is bad. It makes me wonder, have I lost 15% damage? It was just a random tip. Those are basically just items. Yeah, I hear you, but this is an important thing to be aware of, right? If we're building games and you have a tip like that, it may be worth building in a little bit of extra time to say, don't display that as the first one or something. So many percent things? Yes, lots of percent. Absolutely. Activate Cell of the Ancients. This is the Forge. Artifact Recycling. On killing an enemy, a 30% chance to summon a Resectoid that attacks a random enemy. 250% damage. Okay. So this is going to melt down for 10. I'm assuming I need 20 to get that. I'm hitting with the first skill. What is the first skill? Is that like the first skill in order on my toolbar, or is it like the first hit on an enemy? I'm not totally sure. Let's get rid of these and let's get our Resectoid. Create Swarm Pendant. Okay. What happens if I melt it? Okay. Okay. Great. I was wondering, was it going to give us a level 2 one? It's the first skill on the toolbar, so left mouse button. Okay. Okay. That's good to know. Feels like there's a better way to describe that. Like, instead of saying the first skill, say your left mouse button skill or something, right? Or your character's first skill, or just some way to communicate that a little bit. Okay, and up. Oh, we have a new level. Base damage. We have like something doing plus 200 for 50% damage, so that seems like a good thing to just grind on. More damage, I'll gladly take it. Oh, okay, you can fall off cliffs, great. Collect and insert the keys to the monolith. I guess I found one. Oh, we got our Resectoids here, nice. Okay, so I think there's a monolith down here and then another relic over here. Okay. Yeah, it's feeling very Risk of Rain. This is like Risk of Rain if it were Vampire Survivors, right? On hit, a 5% chance to launch a projectile at the enemy. Okay. This, I mean, even in aesthetic, it's very similar to Risk of Rain. More base damage. Ricochet over there. Blast. Nice. They're from like a European or Nordic country. Okay, fair. Where's the metal? If they're from a Nordic country, we need the death metal. Where's that? Come on. Okay, so we got the 3 monoliths. We're good? Oh, no. Wait, where's the quorum? Okay. These... the map helper things feel a little too subtle. I think it's the color saturation. I think they need some more color saturation to really... It's always tricky, right? Because you don't want it to look... You don't want it to be too distracting. But I do think they could use a little bit more there. I like the slashes for the loading bar icon. That was a nice little stylistic thing. Okay. Nice sliding in, sliding out on the titles. I just noticed that, how like the world slides to the right and then the level slides to the left. That's some good, and they had some good typography there too. Just good design overall there, visually speaking. Hey, Prodigal Son, good to see you. How you doing, friend? Welcome in. Charge, is this a totem? Burning areas inside the totem circle. But those are bad burning areas. Okay, those are not like stand in here to charge this up. Alamod, will do. Thank you. Skill cooldown. Woo. Come on. There we go. Get the bounce. We're at 24%. Okay, that's what I was wondering about. How far along are we? I'm also at this point, now that I'm starting to like take some damage, it's getting a little bit tougher. I'm starting to wonder, what is the meta progression like in this game? Is there meta progression? We know there's character unlocks. We don't necessarily know about meta progression quite yet. We did see like a glossary type sort of thing. So it could be that it's hiding out in there, but probably not. At the beginning of each turn, the totem spawns will reinforce each turn? What turns? Did this become a turn-based game? What's going on? You pew-pewing robots? That's right. This is GateKeeper. This was the game redemption from Blades last week. We're getting to finally right now. Summons the current planet's ramp. So it's like adding in difficulty modifiers as we're climbing. I like that idea. It kind of escalates the tension, keeps things interesting. I'm down for that idea. I think that's a good idea. Bop. Okay. And then we can level up. Damage to burning enemies plus 50%. Guaranteed to ignite targets. That sounds good. All right, take care, Alamod. Thanks for hanging out. Banana Gatekeeper. There's the Emporium as the meta progression. Okay, cool. Gotcha. And then a skill cooldown. Yeah, more skill cooldown. Oh, we have a boss. Who is up here. Okay. Giant golem robot man. Okay, those are damages. Though we got some bullet hell going on. All right, all right. I see you can. Jeez, that was a lot of damage. Okay, we're probably not making it through this. My hubris is showing. Come on, get him, my resectoids. Blast him, nuke him. Ah. Jeez. Oh, that's right. We have a revive because of our passive. That's right. And bounce. All right. Let's see if we can knock down Prince. I'm feeling comfy cozy. We're getting our dots. We're getting more dots. So this is feeling good, right? The boss is keeping me on my toes. The enemies that are spawning in are keeping me moving. I cannot stay in one space for very long. Ooh, this thing is like disastrous for me. Feels good. It's very difficult to evade, but feels fair. It feels like I could probably dodge those bullet hell bullets if I were just a little bit better. Jeez. Come on. Oh, gosh. Okay, there we go. All right, boss down. Activate the Quarium. But there's like stuff over here. I wish I knew what it was. Let's go check it out. Okay. These are new. Obelisk of Distribution. Extra health regen while health is low. Vessel drops from a killed enemy. 300% damage within a radius of 7 years. Oh, that's kind of interesting. On a hit, a 5% chance to release a wave of energy. 250%. Okay. We have a good amount of like attack speed, so I'm going to go for that, I think. And then we get some level ups. Move speed and move speed. Okay. I feel like not knowing what the icons mean encourages you to check them out. Yes, I agree. It is a little bit tricky when we're doing, I'm assuming, time-based difficulty scaling. And a 25% chance to trigger chain lightning bounces. Seems rad. Oh gosh, and there's even more. When do they stop spawning? Okay, I don't know what I just picked up. Great. So, like, a lot of the game is going to be memorizing those icons and understanding the pacing, just like it is in Risk of Rain, right? You want to understand pacing. When do I need to move on? When is it worth keeping on, looking for more treasure? And when do I need to move forward? Colors of the text also tell you what the stats modify. The colors of the text tell you what the stats modify. So like green, yellow, orange, that sort of a thing. Yeah, okay. I understand that now. Like I said, the red was a little bit confusing to me to start off with, but like now that I understand that, it's not a problem. So it took a little bit to learn, but now I appreciate the system, right? So that's another thing to be aware of when you're doing stuff like this. If you're going to violate Jacob's law of like red is bad, right? Red is also damage, so it's not a super harsh violation of Jacob's law, but it is a little bit. Make sure that that's worth it. Make sure that it is very learnable by people. And by staying consistent and having this on a lot of different stuff, yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm just seeing structure change, rune of creation, and amulet. I have no clue what these things are. Like, can I only have one of them? Mice! Do you want the pretty fairy hat or the large mushroom hat? Pretty fairy, mushroom. You get to choose. Okay. Arcane orbitals. So does my... oh, I get 50% damage now? Okay. Jeez. Kill them all. Okay, so we're just killing stuff. Shrooms. You got it, mice. Oh. Whoop. Okay, you gotta kind of plan that out. You gotta do it in one swift motion. So I'm liking the flow overall. Ooh, and that was my like my proc-based wave. I like the flow overall. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking the legibility of health on guys. The screen shake, the white flashing. It all feels very satisfying to deal damage. I like that we're seeing different enemy types. Game feels pretty legible. Overall, I'm enjoying my experience. I'm happy that it seems like I'm not being hampered by playing solo. That was a huge problem I had with Inkbound. I just didn't get into Inkbound pretty much at all for a very, very, very long time. Ooh, Cinder Flare. Reduce enemies' health below 50%, launches incendiary projectiles. We just got a buff for our disc to things that are on fire. So that sounds like a good plan to me. Woo. Feeling very satisfying. I'm seeing stuff start to kind of combo together. One of my big complaints about Risk of Rain and like how it's such a weird roguelike is that, oh, race against time. Kill them all in 100 seconds. One of the weird things about Risk of Rain is that you don't make any choices. The only choices you make are which random things to open. Like, it's all output randomness. It's a roguelike based almost exclusively on output randomness. So I like that they're giving me a little bit more choice here on what it is I get to build. Cubius, hello, welcome in, friend. How you doing? I have to kill the next first skill. The next, this one deals 50% more damage. That's not very helpful. This is a machine gun. Plus 50% of like 2 is not going to be a whole lot. 5% chance to launch a projectile at the enemy. Yes, more of that. Risk of Rain 1, at least there were multiple choice thingies. I haven't played Risk of Rain 1 in so long. But I do think it's also worth noting that Risk of Rain 2 is incredibly popular and is a very satisfying and fun game to play. I'm not knocking Risk of Rain 2. I'm saying that they have an interesting approach that is different than a lot of other roguelikes, and you can see that that has gotten them a lot of the market. I think the shift to 3D and the heavy emphasis on output randomness lowers or increases the market that they can hit and lowers the amount of strategic thinking that you need, right? So it's very accessible for people. People that don't necessarily play Slay the Spire, that aren't into Ascensions, that don't, you know, love all that sort of stuff, can still really enjoy Risk of Rain. And it's worked out very well for them. By killing an enemy, a 30% chance to summon an... Alright, so this is a leveling up our Resectoid. Go from 30 to 60%. No, it's still 30%, but they do an extra 250% damage. Those are two of the things that put me off, even though I love Risk of Rain 1. Yeah, and that makes sense. You're going to, you know, lose some audience there. I think that's totally fair. Attacks every 8 seconds, 200% damage. Let's build up our swarm more. And that's the sort of thing you have to make a decision on as a studio, right? I am betting there were people in the studio that did not like the shift. 25%. Yeah, more of that. Okay. There were probably people that were not a big fan of that, but part of being a profitable studio is building things that are going to be profitable, not things that bring you joy. And that can be a hard line to draw a lot of the times. Like Darkest Dungeon 2, they tried to build something that they wanted to be interesting and different and unique, and it really put off a lot of their core audience that wanted something different. All right, charged totems up here. Bop. Ah, don't shoot me. Rude. Got the burning areas again. So now I'm wondering, are the totems random, or is it going to be the same thing every time? And it's fine if it's the same thing every time, although having them be random feels like a really cool opportunity that would be lost. I'm feeling pretty strong, not going to lie. Which is exactly the right timing for me to just get obliterated here. As I'm wont to do. There's randomness of totems. Okay, cool. That's what I would have assumed, and my assumption was I probably just happened to get the same thing twice. Beginning of each turn, Lucid Ethel's expansion is triggered. What? Who is Ethel? Why is she lucid, and why is she expanding it? And that seems like it's a bad thing, I guess? Whoa, okay. Slender Man getting on in there. Summons the current planet's rampant. Okay. You'll find out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. There we go. Got the rampant down, which I'm assuming rampants are mini bosses. That's kind of how it seems like they've been functioning so far. All right. Level up. Attack speed. That's interesting. Let's do skill cooldown. I'm a little unclear what the difference is between attack speed and skill cooldown. Because it seems like they're all skills, right? It's kind of MOBA-y. They're all skills. But maybe left mouse button is our attack skill, and if that's the case, then why don't we refer to it as an attack skill instead of first? Basically, yeah, some of them are more deadly than some of the bosses, though. Okay, fair enough. Obelisk of support. Yes, more swarms. More crit hit chance. Sure, I'll take crit hit chance. Nice little action rays. I don't quite know what those are called. I'm sure they have a name. But when you hit sprint, you zoom out the camera a little bit. Do that. That's nice. Yeah, let's just get more projectiles. Where's our quarry? It's over there. That was one thing that blew my mind when I learned that a long, long time ago about Gears of War, that the sprint in Gears of War is only like 20% faster or so. It's not actually all that faster, but they do a lot of camera tricks and everything to make it feel a whole lot faster, and that's what they're doing here. Oh, and we're in ads, so we're going to pause. We're going to pause for the ads. I'm going to go take a quick bio break. We'll be right back. Welcome back, welcome back. Let's keep on going here on GateKeeper. Enshrined Expanse, Celestial. I'm assuming after playing this enough, those words will mean something. I'll say, like, oh, this is the Celestium biome, so we're gonna have X, Y, or Z type enemies, right? I do like that there does seem to be a decent amount of enemy variety. Activate the Cell of the Ancients. We will in just a sec. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, let's do the Essence. All right. We are doing a lot of damage. We're doing okay on the damage. So we don't have any keys. Whoop. I think the keys are like the book-looking things that drop from bad guys sometimes. Because we only saw those during this event. I don't know if there's something special I need to do to trigger the drop. Whoop. And bounce. But yeah, I am enjoying this, and I can see this being a whole heck of a lot of fun multiplayer. One of my big things whenever I have a game that's multiplayer, match the shapes on your screen. I see more movement speed. I'm like things are starting to dash in on me. One of the things I always like to keep a really close eye out for whenever there's multiplayer in a game is this actually multiplayer, right? Was this designed around multiplayer? Or is it just like added in? So that idea kind of comes from watching Total Biscuit way back in the day, you know, may rest in peace, play Borderlands 2. And he was talking about it with, you know, with his community and just on a video. And people were saying how much they loved Borderlands and they loved the multiplayer aspect. And they would say, yeah, it's like, he would say, honestly, I don't have a lot of fun with this. It all feels kind of samey and boring. And they said, well, yeah, but it's way more fun with friends. Like, you got to play it with friends. And he said, but everything's more fun with friends. If it's more fun with friends and that's the only thing it has to stand on, just because there are friends involved, then that's not really like a good multiplayer experience. He said, none of these abilities are comboing together. Like, I can't set up my teammates to do anything cool. Like, it's just, we're all shooting in our own little zones. Oh, brutal. We're all shooting in our own little zones without, like, interacting with each other. And I think that was brilliant. I think that was exactly the case. And so I want to see, are any of these characters going to do anything to interact with the other characters? That's what I want to kind of start keeping an eye out for. Game scales based on how many players are in the game as well as difficulty and time elapsed. That's good. I would expect that. That's good. That means solo is more possible, right? Because there's a lot of games that launch with multiplayer and do not do that. Okay. So we got 4 thingies. We have the basic set, which we start off with. Okay, this is weird. This is a weird UI. We have categories of things, and then we have the things to buy inside there, and then this big empty void over here. If you make a game where the multiplayer combos are the selling point, then the single player experience generally is poop. Agreed. Agreed, Zaf. It's very difficult. I think Inkbound is a good example of this, where they have both, and it kind of always feels bad when you see something that's like restore health to an ally, and like you count as an ally, but you always kind of feel a little bit bad about that, right? It's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I don't get to really play the game very well. Now, Inkbound is a really good solo game. I've played as solo a whole bunch. Inkbound's fantastic. But there is that feel bad every now and again. So I agree with you, Zap. So if you're going to go hard onto like synergies and supporting each other, then you need to also build AI. You need to have some way to bring that into a single player experience, or just straight up say this is not really a single player game. And I respect that. I respect people saying this is not a single player game. This is really meant for multiplayer. You kind of have to have people there. I respect that. There's a game that I have always really wanted to play and have never been able to because it is local co-op only. It is, you go through a dungeon, and one of you takes the role of the dungeon until, like, you kill one of the adventurers going through, and then that adventurer becomes the person in charge of the dungeon. Like, it's such a cool idea, and you pilot the boss and everything. You're all trying to gun for beating the boss. It's fantastic. It's really, really cool, but it's local co-op only, so as hard as it is for me to do co-op multiplayer at all, local co-op is even harder. Yeah, I can't find the name of that. If I find it, I'll put it in the chat. But let's see. We have enough to buy some of these. On killing a rampant creates a pull-in point. After 4 seconds, it explodes. I mean, that's cool. I don't know how many rampants we're going to be finding. Maybe as we level up difficulty, we'll be finding a lot more. Third skill gains an additional charge. Yes, that sounds just objectively a good thing across every character. So we have the database. Ooh, look at all this stuff that we now have. Very cool, very Risk of Rain. I mean, this is the Risk of Rain inspiration is very clear. Very, very clear. Got some, like, lore in here. We got the stats. Nice. His death spawns 3 descendants. The death of each descendant spawns 3 fragments. Okay. Cool. Red, I'm enjoying this. I am having a good time with this. It is currently sitting at mostly positive on recent reviews, which is, I'm a little bit curious as to why. I'm curious why some people are rating this low. Game's cool, definitely needs work and balancing, but it's early access, so whatever. I really look forward to how this game turns out in the end. Unfortunately, the community seems to be pretty toxic. Every time I interact with them, everyone's just slinging insults everywhere, and the moderators seem to be in on it. Whoa, enjoy the game, but don't try and join the community. Brutal. Character balance so bad, it's insane. Pandora is unlocked by beating the game and reaching apotheosis. This character is legit the worst I've ever seen. Okay, fun. Let's try a new character. Let's see how different the experience is. I don't think the community is that toxic. They probably were not being a decent person. As a rule, I try to stay away from online game communities as in general. It's why multiplayer is so hard for me, because I don't have enough time in my life to deal with a bunch of kids yelling slurs at me because I'm not playing exactly the way they want me to. I don't have the time or patience for that. Okay, so left mouse button is a sword. I'm a big fan of sword characters. Okay, that was sick. That was a very satisfying ability. So we have this kind of chain lightning. Okay. Explosion ability around us with heat seeking. Very cool. That's why I avoid PvP games. Yeah. Like, I would love to play League of Legends and everything, but I'm not touching that game with a 10-foot pole. Kill 10 enemies with 1 hit achievement. Very nice. Right mouse button, so that's our boomerang, right? So if I come over here, nice. Cool. We definitely need a whole bunch of movement speed for this character. Melee characters live and die on movement speed. I do love the technical art is very good. The VFX, the particles, the shaders, everything's looking really slick. I'm not finding a whole lot to really not be a fan of here. Other than, any skill damage with a 10% chance increases base damage by 10% for 5 seconds. The language could be a little bit more clear. That's kind of the biggest feedback point that I'm seeing. But overall, I mean, this seems like a very satisfying game. It is a solid entry into the roguelike genre. If you enjoy Risk of Rain and you just want a little bit more of that, but kind of slightly different, I think this is a very, very good option. PvP games are good if you have low blood pressure and need to raise it. 1v1 is quite okay. I can see that, especially if there's no real way to kind of interact with someone. 50% damage to within 8 radius. Okay, that is a perfect relic for this guy. So everyone within this spiky ball radius takes a lot more damage. We want to stack that like crazy. There's a VR game called Broken Edge that I think would be really good for that. I've never done the online version because I don't have PlayStation Plus, and I own it on PlayStation because that's the VR system that I have. But it seems really good for that sort of a situation. fighting games in general are really good. I've done a lot. I did so much like Street Fighter V when it first came out. Oh man. Next first skill, attack deals 50% damage. Yeah, that seems like a good one on this character actually. We gotta get to the totem. Where is our totem, friend? Right there. More health regen when our health is low. That's good. Although that didn't really seem to help us very much last time around. Well, you just understand so much and have so much knowledge about things. Well, thank you. It is thanks to a misspent youth. That hopefully someone can get some value out of, because I sure didn't. Street Fighter 6, and I really want to play Street Fighter 6, 2D fighter. The fiery impulse from the planet's orbit. Okay. This is feeling like the same thing, right? It's the circle area of effect, and then the orbital bombardments, right? The thing that I most am compelled by with Street Fighter 6 is that story mode. I've been dying for a fighting game with a story mode since I was like 7 years old. And so Solar Calibur games have been good for that in some ways, but even still, it's kind of you know, their whole sort of openy world type sort of thing with the story, that was compelling. Very compelling to me. That's why I really got interested in Abyss Odyssey when it first came out. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite hit the mark for me, but a lot of things did in that game. It was kind of tragic for me. I really wanted to dive into Abyss Odyssey, and it was so clunky. The fighting game mechanics were just not really there enough for me to be able to enjoy it, unfortunately. I felt like I was fighting the game more than I was interacting with it. Okay, we got a level up, more base damage. Okay, activate the Quarium. You're getting basically the same totems. Next year will be the year of classic fighting games. What's coming out next year, 2D Fighter? Okay. Right in front of this. A vessel drops from a killed enemy, plus 300% damage within a radius of 7 units. Yeah, that sounds good for this. Once again, we don't have a lot of attack speed at this point with this character. Okay, let's just do this and smack, smack, smackety, smack, 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 smack. Sometimes it feels like I can hold in left click and it will auto swing, and then other times it feels like it does not auto swing and I don't know why. Radius by 30%. Heal. Wait, am I supposed to dash through people? Ending with a fiery burst. Oh, okay. Crow damage. What's crow damage? Oh, just damage. Okay. What do we want to go up in? Let's go up in our auto attack. That seems like a, in general, good idea to level up your auto attack. On-hit items can activate on-hit effects, too. So, like, the thing that is creating an explosion, that can activate on-hit effects? Is that the idea? Marvel vs. Capcom Collection, Capcom vs. SNK 2, Power Stones 2? I only ever played the original Power Stone. And, man, that is such a core memory for me, playing that with my brother. Like, the Nomad Stick. What's the Nomad? Oh, Nomad Stick. On hit, a 5% chance to launch a projectile. Okay, so that projectile can trigger on hit stuff, right? Is that what I'm understanding? Now, if we do have every third hit do extra damage, I want some tracker for which hit I am on my character. I want to be able to predict that and kind of gauge things appropriately. Unless it's not actually on third hit and it is in fact at the end of a combo, because those are different things. Yeah, sure, let's get a turret. Sounds like a good idea. Shoots a projectile can activate the elemental lightning chain. Very cool. Very cool. Get shredded. More move speed. I'm enjoying this character. They felt a little bit clunky compared to the last one with their auto attack, but I'm enjoying it more. The more that I'm playing it and the more that I'm kind of leveling it up, it's feeling very satisfying. Yeah, that was cool. Okay, so if you didn't catch what just happened there, I threw the boomerang out. The boomerang started to come back to me. Interesting. Boomerang started to come back to me. I dashed through it, and it did not trigger during the dash, so it kept on following me through the dash back to these other enemies that I was fighting. That was really cool. That was a great moment. Feeling like I found some kind of secret interaction on how this boomerang works. More damage. Always more damage. I was gonna do the dash thing again, but I accidentally pushed the wrong button. My nemesis, myself. Oh, the rollback netcode, Power Stones 1 and 2. Very cool, very cool. That's awesome. And let's take these guys down. Auto splooge. Okay, kettlebell. On hitting with the first skill, 10% chance to push the enemy away. Okay, fair enough. 5% per stack to movement speed. It's 15% move speed. Great. That's like a full level up right there. I'm also not totally sure where my experience bar is. Where's the last dude? You gonna show me? Aha, down here. See, that's what I'm saying is it gets hidden sometimes. We need those icons to be a little bit more present, a little more visually available to people. All right, so now what? We got a boss. Next year we'll have all Dark Stalkers, all Sprite-based Street Fighter, all Marvel vs. Capcom. Wow, that's crazy. That is a big year for for classic fighting games. So get 1, 2, and then dash. So if I'm good enough, I can get 3 hits off on that boomerang. Very, very satisfying. Okay, hold on. I think I've got Junior Dev. I need to go help out with. Good, that will pause it. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, now that we've got Junior Dev here with us, let's keep diving in. Woo! Can I preview? Oh, attack radius, 50% chance to trigger Bloodlust. I don't even know what Bloodlust is. I like that we can see the upgrades. There's a part of me that's sad. I kind of wish I could unlock seeing these, right? This is where I feel Zaft and I might agree. I don't like seeing what all the upgrades are down a tree before I can pick them. At least on the first shot. At least on the first shot. Hey, there's Zaft. I want that moment of discovery. But then once I've discovered it, then I want to be able to plan around it. Oh my goodness. All right, I gotta take the glasses off. This hat is just obliterating my ears. Oh, speaking of being obliterated, golly. Okay, that was some big damage. That was good. Oh gosh. Okay. Go. Big shots. Yeah, that does so much damage. Feels like that's most of my damage. Oh, and blast. There we go. I mean, we're definitely knocking this guy down. The struggle is he's got this AoE around him that makes it very hard for a sword-based character to get in. All right, so that's our meta currency we're picking. Those little balls are. Got it. Extra damage. I think we're doing pretty good on move speed. Let's get some more attack speed. I'm not really feeling like I have to chase things down very much anymore. Ah, see, yeah, these icons, when they get underneath or on top of the nav, they just blend in. They're so hard to see. I like that they give it a little bit of pulse, but make the colors more saturated. Give them a glow, something. Bring them in a little bit from the edges of the screen. Even if it's just like a arrow, so like the icon stays in the same space, but there's an arrow pointing to it. Something to give me a little more notice of what is going on here. Okay, HVC, 25% chance to trigger chain lightning. Cool, more chain lightning. It's not the best thing for this character, but that's okay. I love the design of these tall guys. They feel so scary. I love it. Absolutely love it. When they start just sprinting after you, that's such a cool feeling. Okay. Level up. Empty hands again. More attack radius seems good. More bad mood, good. That's huge. That's an extra 25% damage for anything that we're hitting with our sword, which is great. Oh, we got 2 keys there. Excellent. Key, where's our last one? All right, let's go pick up this, whatever this is. More bad mood. Yeah, for sure. Way more bad mood. Oh, there's the key. Okay. Get out of there. Oh, there's another key. Cool. Now I have 2 keys. So that's good to know that, like, in case you're killing stuff off screen, you're not gonna be missing the key. Like, they will spawn more keys than you need. That's good. I like that. Probably not worth it. All right. Stage 5. I don't remember what stage we got to. It feels like this is maybe about where we got to last time. You can see the good little UI flourishes. So the cut corners on the tooltips are a really nice style. That's always a good idea for sci-fi. It's what I did for Nano, right? Cutting the corners to just make it feel a little more dynamic, a little more artificial. It's really good. But then they also have these kind of inner brackets on the tooltip, which we can see right there, right? You can see them up here too. More base damage. More damage, because I still feel like we're not doing quite enough damage here. And it feels like our passive is just, as you deal damage, you have a chance to buff your damage for a time. It seems like that's kind of all it is, which is cool, but hard to leverage in a meaningful way. See there, I got the boomerang to come back after me, right? That was cool. And Boomerang. And we're gonna dash over. Nice. We got 3 hits on that dude. Explodey. Right mouse button. There we go. Nice. We're pumping out some damage. We're definitely taking a lot of damage. But we are dealing some decent damage now. Wow. Man, that teleport goes wherever your mouse cursor is. It's outrageous. All right, Alamod. Get some rest in, friend. How did the critique session go, by the way? I watched the YouTube video, but how'd you feel about it? I know you were nervous about streaming. Stage 6, we're on Celestium. I'm assuming Celestium is the biome, and then the larger one is the level that you're in. 1% of lost health into 2% additional damage. Second skill gains an additional charge. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Yeah, I just wanted to say your right mouse button attack. Yeah, like your right mouse button skill gets an extra charge. Okay, hold on. I think I need to give my son a bottle. What's that? All right. Here we go. After kill, the next first skill attack. Yeah, that seems good. I mean, health regen is good as well, because we are getting a decent amount of health regen stuff. Let's go with Fuse again. Essence seems like really bad for this character. He just does not have attack speed. Critique stream started pretty well, but could have been better if I had more than one gameplay. Yeah, so Alamod, I had a similar experience on our first game jam when I did that. We ended up having like 4 people to critique, but we started with only 1, and that was depressing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is the sort of thing that you're not really gonna get until you try to host and organize an event like this. It was difficult to muster the willpower to go stream that day, seeing one person having signed up or no one having signed up. So I hear you. But the more you do things, the more people are going to participate. And I'm sorry I couldn't submit my game. I was planning on it. It just, life is just a little bit crazy for me right now. But the more you do things, the more people are coming. And you got 30 plus signups on your first jam. That's really good. That's more than I got on my first jam. So it'll all come with time. It'll all come with time. Where are people? I need to murder people so I can get keys. I feel like the game is sandbagging me here. Come on. Oh, come on. When you get into Street Fighter 6, meet me in the hub. I'll save a cabinet for us. Nice. So, is there like an overworld multiplayer component in Street Fighter 6? Give me keys! Where are the keys? Have I picked any up? No! There's like no one spawning and no key. Blades, bro, come on. What is the secret to getting these keys to spawn? Is it pure RNG? This map is quite large. But it's not even that the map is large, it's that, like, nothing is spawning. We're getting 2 dudes on screen at a time. That's awesome, 2D Fighter. That's very cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to someday pick it up. I'm sure by the time I pick it up, the whole community will have moved on, because that's when it'll be on a decent sale. There we go. Oh, give me a break, dude. Okay, I did get a key, apparently. Go figure. That would be nice to have visualized. Like, hey, you actually have picked up a key. You can go do this now. Like, not have the obelisk tooltip there until you have a key, or have a different state where the obelisk lights up a bunch if you have a key. Or maybe this is what that is. Is that what that means? Is that the amount of keys you have? Talking to a guy who's asleep. The diamond. Okay, that is... Oh, that's so obscure. Because this is where the meta progresses. I mean, I get that they have currencies, but it's also absolutely meta progress, and I have just not been paying attention to that area at all. Okay, where's my last obelisk? Or monolith, excuse me. I don't actually know. I'm not getting I don't think I have a tooltip for this one. Aha, there we go. I guess you have to get close enough? Woo. What's up, Quantum? Yeah, this is the guy that murdered me last time. I don't have much confidence because he's like really positional and he blocks you out of a lot of spaces, which seems dastardly against this character, but we'll see. Oh dear, this is not going well. You know, one thing we've been talking about with the tooltips and everything. Oh, okay, that's what that does. Well, with the tooltips, if they want to have things be a mystery a little bit, you can have them as question marks, and then when you get close enough, like have the question marks always on, and then when you get close enough, flip them into like, oh, that's what this that's what this actually is. This is an artifact tower. This is a, you know, obelisk. This is a whatever. Okay. Sorry, I think I'm gonna try and see if he'll go down for a nap. Be right back. Now, I don't have a high amount of confidence he's going to stay down, but we're going to try it. Having the item say right mouse button gets an additional charge won't work because you can rebind keys. You could just store the binding and be used. Yeah, absolutely. They could store the key. Like, this is something that games do, right? Where it's kind of annoying, and I can understand why an early access product from 4 developers wouldn't be here yet. But, excuse me. If you're looking for ways to improve the usability of this, then I do think that is a really good way to do it. Have a set of glyphs for each icon on your keyboard and each button on your controller, and then you just swap them out. That's all it would take. One day, baby is gonna discover not all dads habitually wear a fabulous stack of hats. Yeah, someday. There are add-ons to do that for most engines. Ooh, that's cool, Zaft. I didn't know that. That's awesome. I'll have to look into that someday. So these are like rare things, epic things. I don't know that I really want to. Skill hits deal extra damage with a 5 radius 5. Okay, actually that's pretty sick. The delusion thing feels very impossible. Not impossible. Not helpful right now, right? Maybe on higher difficulties, maybe in later levels, that's going to matter more. But, like, we only fight 3 of the things so far on each run. So, why bother? All right. We're going to try our first character again, do another run of that. See where that takes us. And we'll probably do another run of... We'll do 2 runs of each character, right? For the analysis today. And then we'll probably call that and then move on to Banana Jam. I think the first objective has always been kill them all, right? Did I see something pop up over there? No, I didn't. Okay. Okay, so this is a 10% chance to do knockback on our primary attack. You know, from a gameplay design perspective, I'm not even really encountering a whole lot that I'm not enjoying. The moment-to-moment gameplay is a little, you know, been there, done that to a certain degree. Oh, these are both terrible for us. I guess we'll do bad mood. Like, it's a twin-stick shooter, essentially, with MOBA abilities and stuff. Like, it feels good. I'm not seeing anything that's like, wow, this is super fun to play as, other than just it works. But the thing that really elevates it is the progression, right? And that's kind of where roguelites live. It's the progression and how it interacts with the gameplay loop. Okay. Second run should be arena mode. First objective is always kill them all, then it's random. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Second run should be arena mode. Sure, we could do arena mode for the next one. Runewood. This seems like a new biome. Aurora. Excuse me. Aurora. Okay, so we gotta activate this thing. Let's grab this first, though. Excuse me. Oh, the monoliths. My favorite one. It's our second adrenaline pill. One thing that Risk of Rain 2 had that was very satisfying and I would love to see reflected in this game, although its impact would be lessened due to the perspective. I would love to see these items reflected on your character, on your person. Now, Risk of Rain had the tight over-the-shoulder perspective, right? That this game doesn't. And so you wouldn't be able to see quite as much nice little details and everything. But I do still think it would be nice to have. And I still don't know what attack speed is. My biggest complaint about the game so far is not the game, it is just the way the game communicates with you. And that's it. I just think there needs to be some more work on that to make it feel a whole heck of a lot better. And I think this is really good. I'm excited to see what other characters are. I'm excited to see what the different loadouts bring. I like that the meta progression is unlocks rather than raw power. At least is what it seems like. I mean, in a sense, unlocks are power. But I'm not necessarily stronger now than I was when I started the game. I just have some more options available to me. And those options may be better for situations that will come up, but it doesn't necessarily mean theoretically that I can't also succeed. Okay, while we're loading into this next level, I'm going to check on my son real quick, see if he's actually gone down or not, or if he's screaming. Attack speed is for your primary attack. Skill cooldown is for abilities with a timer. That's just intuitive for me. That's kind of what I would assume, but it's a very big question mark. If they're gonna say this is your attack, these are skills. Like, this goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the passive, right? When you mouse over your passive, have that little passive moniker underneath the title. So if we do, okay, here, come on, analysis. Just throw something like this down below, right? All of a sudden, this is explicitly clear instead of depending on an implicit understanding. And that doesn't make it harder to build. It doesn't take any other things. Or another approach is you can change the border style, right? So this is, you know, some other graphical treatment to communicate that. Right? You could even shift it to like a diamond. This is your attack. These are your skills. There's very easy ways. Oh crap! You can't see this. Sorry. Hold on. There we go. So, different color. Adding in the attack moniker. Rotating it a little bit to indicate a little bit of separation. This is a distinct thing from everything else. Referring to it consistently in the language. So if instead of saying first skill, say your attack skill, right? So there you go. There are ways to communicate that more clearly to the player. I'm hearing my son. I gotta go grab him real quick. Differentiating attack versus skill, if they're all 1, 2, 3, 4, is a very unhelpful or unintuitive metaphor. I can see that. I think there's some stuff to talk there. Be right back. Okay. Sure to appreciate everyone's patience while I figure out being a dad here. Okay. So, I don't necessarily... I mean, I see what you're saying, Zaft, but it's clear that they've built mechanical systems around this differentiation, right? So, if they were 1, 2, 3, 4, then yeah, I agree. It's a little bit samey, and I would say let's expand on that, right? So, 1 is your attack... And it seems like they have done this, to be honest. 1 seems to be your attack. 2 is some combat ability. 3 is a mobility thing. And then there's another one. So if we take it to Figma, like, what can we do here to try and communicate this? Oh, Guy, you're just so present today, huh? Yeah. Let's grab... this screenshot. Boop, boop, boop. We're gonna rotate and we'll do this. Okay, there we go. So here is our attack skill. Oh, Kai, what's going on? What's the big deal? What's the big deal, huh? What's the problem? Okay. Me. Really? You're not gonna let me do anything? What should we do here? You wanna sit down? You wanna go on the floor? I thought you were gonna love being held. You're in such a hold me mood recently. All right. Got a book. Let's see how that goes. I would just have 1, 2, 3, 4 and have this attack, mobility, nuke, etc. order be implicit and potentially vary per character. That is definitely an option. It's 100% an option. So, we have this. I'm going to just copy this, actually. Then I can crop it in. Go far in the back. And then we can figure out what to do with you later. Control, there we go. There we go. And you. Okay, and now we have that. So, first off, I would definitely reorder it so that your combat skills are next to each other and then your mobility thing is off to the side, right? I don't know why mobility is smack dab in the middle of 2 combat skills. That has been consistent across 2 different characters. I don't know if that's consistent for everyone. And then mobility, you know, if we're going roll crazy with it, there we go. Right there. We could do, you know, mobility is a circle. Right? We have our primary attack, our damages, and then our mobility. Or, you know, not necessarily a circle, because that kind of goes against the shape language setup in the game. But, you know, you could do one of the kind of cut off corner things or something. Some way to communicate that it is, in fact, different, right? So if you, like, bring this guy over, reset it to 0. And then I don't actually know if there's an easy way to do cut corners in Figma, which seems a little bit weird. But we can drag this guy in. I mean, heck, you could even just leave it like that. That's kind of interesting. Just kind of draw all this out. Minus up. There you go. And reset our color here. Like, one of these clearly says there's different categories of abilities, while the other one says they are all the same ability, right? Sounds like 4 is the strong thing with the bigger cooldown. That was probably the logic. Oh, like an ultimate? Ooh, let's check that out. What's our cooldown? Oh, of course it's not going to give us cooldown information. So let's do right mouse button to start off with. 7 seconds. 10 seconds. I mean, 3 seconds of difference. That's not a lot, you know? Once again, I don't know how different it is per character, but it felt kind of similarly not that big of a difference on both of the starting characters. Maybe later characters, it makes a much bigger difference, but then as well, we can still have, in fact, that's even better. If each skill has its own category, then we have attack, and then we have our damage skill, and then we have our ultimate move, right? And then you can really visually differentiate them. And this is, once again, trying to make it work within the system as it is currently defined. Like, what can we do through the UI to reinforce the design goals without requiring extra, like, dev work? That's kind of the goal with that exercise, is how do we make this more clear to the player without requiring extra dev time? totem spawns a horse. Once again, I don't know what a turn is. So that kind of goes back to it, though, of it just feels like things can be more clear in how they're discussing them and presenting them to the player. I don't know what a turn is. It's taken me a while to figure out, like, the different categories of attacks and everything. Also, when I leveled up... Hold on. When I level this up, it's 50% skill damage. So what does attack speed affect? This is a skill, not an attack. So once again, I'm still fairly confident that attack speed is going to affect this, but you can see how it's unnecessarily confusing, right? I don't know. Maybe they have certain constraints that they're working with that necessitate this vocabulary, but I'm still convinced there's going to be more clear ways to discuss this with the player. And that's just going to ease that new player experience, right? If they're aiming for Risk of Rain crowd, they're going to have to aim for a crowd that is probably a lot wider than a lot of other roguelites are, right? And so that beginning curve is going to matter a whole lot more for this game because of their target audience than, for example, Slay the Spire might, or Knock on the Coffin Lid might, right? Knock on the Coffin Lid is not looking for mass appeal. They are appealing to people who are already kind of ingratiated in, like, Slay the Spire and stuff, that already know about all that sort of thing. They're very comfortable with deck building at large. That is not necessarily true of Risk of Rain 2. My thoughts, at least. Definitely learning to find little environmental things that can save me during that bullet hell attack. All right, there we go. Skill cooldown, I guess. I should probably be going for more health regen than I am, but it feels like when I die, I tend to die pretty fast. Oh, and there's a couple of meta progress currencies to pick. I'm glad that they just straight up tell you that, hey, there's stuff over there. Hey, Fuzzy Buzzy, good to see you. How's the Femboy game going? All right, sprint. Nice dust trail coming up and everything. Oh, this is the quarry. Oh, shoot, there's a thing to pick up over here. Darn it. Losing time. Another thing that would be nice is when... give me an indicator of what this elapsed time is actually doing. It's right behind my camera. You can't quite see it. But what I really want is, like Risk of Rain. They have that slider there, right? That says, this is the relative difficulty level you are at. This is easy, it's medium, it's hard, it's I see you, it's ha 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 ha, right? Like, you get an implicit understanding of, oh, this is gonna be harder. Right now, I'm kind of guessing that it's harder on time, but I don't have a good way to, like, verify that. It's good I'm stuck on making the point tally system work the way I want it to. Okay, taking a break, fair. Breaks are good. You know, go work at the patent office, and then you'll come back to it, and everything will be clear. Thanks for sharing the update. More health regen. The other thing of, like, extra damage on your attack skill when you kill something, it seems so bad for this character. In fact, I want to just recycle it. Yeah, this is definitely way better. Oh, we need 40 of it, though. Let's go ahead and 2, 3, and then, yeah, this one is not really helping us at all, the danger zone around us. My brain will still subconsciously work on it. Exactly. Yeah, that's the point. Your brain subconsciously works on it, and then you'll have your Eureka moment. Or you'll come back, and you'll be like, all right, let's figure this out. You take 2 seconds to look at it, and you're like, why was this hard? Can't I just do this? And then you do it, and then it works. Nice. Okay, knock all them out. Going well. Oh, was that a key? Ooh, it is a key. Let's grab the key. Uh, 10% chance to fire an additional projectile. Sure. We're kind of going all in on the basic attack. I mean, it seems like a good idea. We're doing a lot of on-hit stuff, a lot of attack speed stuff. Why not? Oh, that was a fast level. Okay. We can just move on. Okay, great. Oh, and I'm seeing our experience bar. It's at the very, very bottom of the screen. I kept on looking underneath our health bar. Some locations may hide mechanisms that unlock access to new artifacts or gatekeepers. Interesting. Yeah, I thought these dashed bars underneath my health bar over here were my experience. No, it is this thing. This unremarkable, plain, textured blue bar. Okay. Now I'm wondering what those dash things are. And I'm assuming Evo is my level? And it's just their kind of like cool, unique way to refer to level. Hi, little guy. Now, is the charge gonna go down or just pause? 35% chance to create an impulse. Skill hits deal extra 50% damage within a radius of 5. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds really good. It went down. We were at 13% when we left. Okay. So you definitely don't want to leave the radius, which is fair. I think that's a totally fair mechanic. We are definitely getting cracked on our auto attack here, though. That's for sure. So yeah, even our auto attacks, like it says, like skills are doing splash damage. My auto attack is doing splash damage. So it is a skill, but then also it has attack speed. I have to keep harping on this because I'm still confused. I'm just desperately looking for any semblance of consistency here, and I'm struggling to understand the weave of the cosmos in relation to this. Woo. A lot of dudes coming out just right in the middle of me. Okay. Attack speed. Yeah, feeling pretty capable. Ready for that second boss to just obliterate me. As a casual player, experience bar doesn't mean much to me. And that's fair. Yeah, Chain Lightning, I think, is like such a no-brainer on this build. There we go, got a second one. Cool. I mostly want to be able to determine, like, how... I mean, I guess I'm not picking up experience, right? So it's a little bit different from other Survivors-like games, where you have to stick around and gather experience orbs as they fall. You don't have to do that in this one. So, you know, you don't have to necessarily make different plays. I don't know, that's something to think about. So, what are we at with this artifact? We're at 3, so 15% chance to release a wave of energy on hit. Okay. Oh, it's a forge. Resectoid? Nah, we're gonna pass on that. What's this thing down here, though? Oh, that's just what's selected. Okay, gotcha. Oh, we're on a kill everything mission. Great. No obelisks. No monoliths. No nothing. Indicator, yeah, great. More crit chance. All right, I think we're in ads. Oh, shoot. We went straight through the ads. My apologies. All right. Yeah, I mean, look how fast we're knocking those dudes down. I mean, we've definitely got a good amount of damage output here. Join Game Jam. I need a small break from main project. 4-day vacation jam sounds cool. Nice. Which jam did you join, Tootie Fighter? Cooldown time. Like, is that also going to increase my attack speed? Like, how do skill cooldown and attack speed affect each other? Is kind of my big question. Because I'm assuming attack speed is our primary attack. But then, how does skill cooldown? Does skill cooldown affect it? Because skill affects everything else about it. Man, we were doing a lot. Send more! More bad guys, all at once. Send me the whole wave, all at once. Oh, you joined the Banana Jam. Oh, cool, Tootie Fighter. I can't wait to see what you make. Level up, more attack speed. Yes, absolutely. And we're getting the indicator here. Once we get under a certain amount, you're letting me know, hey, this is where the bad guys are. Good, 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 good. That is so key to missions like this, especially if you're going to have monsters that are stationary. Like, it seems like there's turrets that we need to kill. The big, like, tall dudes in, like, graduation caps or something. If you're going to have monsters stick around, you have to spotlight where they are. I'm really glad they have that in there. Great. Boss? Is it boss time? Yeah, there's boss time. Yeah, this is gonna be a pain. There we go. He's in a better spot now. Come on. We're dealing a lot of damage. This is good. This is looking good. We haven't used our revive yet. Didn't take any damage in that whole thing. That was great. Come on. Blast. Whoop. Okay. Oh gosh. Dodge. Okay, we're good. We did take some damage though. But hey, we got him. That was great. Did really good on that fight. And then when we do eventually die and we get our 50% damage buff, we're going to pop off. Damage of the additional projectile plus 100%. Okay. More attack speed. Great. Love it. Main system thing I want and didn't have dialogue thing I want to try is narrative and storytelling. Main game homework stuff. Exactly. It's exactly what I'm doing with game jams from here on out, is practicing skill sets that I need to build the main project that I'm working on. I know I have this coming down the pipeline. I don't know how to do that yet. Let me build something that's going to give me practice at it. Hold on. You're ready to be up here? Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Chunk. And chunk. Easy game. Okay. You and me, dude. We're gonna do this. We are maxed out on our auto attack. Auto attack is feeling cracked. No! Why we being so loud, my friend? So we've got a new biome. We're in the end of Diablo 1. Talking like a real developer over there. There you go. Yeah, extra projectile. That sounds good. I mean, I like more crit hit chance for sure, but we don't have anything else like keying off of crit hits, so I think we can get distracted a little bit. What's the Forge got for us this time? Ooh, that's really good. Yeah, we want that. We want a lot of those. We want many, many, many of those. Create. And let's take these two. Yeah. So we're level 5. So it's gonna do 7 bounces on the chain lightning, which seems bonkers. We are a crowd destroying machine. Plus 35% to max health? Just flat? That is so much better than just 2 regen. Oh, so we got poison dudes now. Okay. What is this? Why are we being so difficult right now, huh? Why are we being so difficult? Okay. All right. If I let go, will you calm? Will you be calm? Let's grab that key. Oh gosh. That hurt bad. Okay, these things do a lot of damage. Did I just die? No, I leveled up, and that gave me a full health bar. Okay. Maybe a little tired. You know, we tried putting him down for a nap a little bit earlier. Didn't really work. Okay, all right. But maybe you're there now. If you're at the crying stage, that might mean you're tired. We'll be right back. Okay, that may work. He was exhibiting the telltale signs of being tired. I told the dogs they're in charge of the baby. It should be fine. What? Taking some damage. I do like not picking up the health crystals, and I'm not gonna lie. That is a pattern from Vampire Survivors that, while satisfying, has always been so frustrating for me. I hate it. I always just max out pickup radius as soon as I can. Oh, it's just such a bummer. Okay. I'm gonna assume those are bad. Can I dash over to there? Yes, I can. More HVC, yes, absolutely. More lightning bounces. Sounds good to me. Love the light effects in the game? Yeah. And I like the diversity in the biomes. I like that each biome has unique enemies. Like, Risk of Rain 2, to be honest, that's a bit of a downer point. Oh no, that's really bad. Is they recycle a lot of enemies, which is understandable. But it is very refreshing to see a game that has unique enemies in each biome in the same genre. Let's start getting some health regen. We may start needing that, actually. And it's also, at this point, I'm kind of starting to wonder how long is a run of this? You know, I'm on stage 8. Does it go till stage 10? Does it go to stage 20? How far along am I? Whew. Oh, dear. Okay, all right. Yeah, we more move speed would also be good, because these dudes run faster than us, so we kind of have to rely on our dash to get us out of trouble, but that's, you know, not off cooldown all the time. All right, beat the level, just barely. Neither of those are really great. I guess we'll go Triumph, but we're gonna shove that into a Forge soon. The Forge is really important for this game. It's what allows them to have diverse relics and diverse builds and still have it be rewarding. So even if I get a relic that isn't really exciting, I can look forward to that being essentially vendor trash, right? Purgatory. Why am I in Purgatory? I thought this was sci-fi. I can look forward to a cool. Gosh, sprint. Oh, it is not enough. Even my sprint is not enough to get away from those guys. Not good. Not good. Okay, activate. You. Okay. Whew. Yeah, if it weren't for the forges, it would just be a major bummer every single time you get one of those items. We gotta go for more health regen. We need it. As much as I don't want to. I think we're at that point. We either need health regen or move speed, and honestly, I would prefer move speed at this point. More essence, yes. So we're at 20% on the energy wave blast. Here's the totem. Okay. 4 fireballs start rotating around the totem. Okay. Getting some different totems this time around, which is great. Man, they're so tanky, too. Get out of here. Nope. Burning pillars of light. Okay. Oof, walked right into that one. Oh, this is not looking good. This is not looking. We need way more move speed to be able to survive in an arena like this. So pretty. It is very pretty, yeah. In that sort of hellish sort of ambiance. Okay, golly. Where's my health regen? Is turn referring to like a physical turn? Like, is it rotating? Okay, well, we're getting our revive here. Everyone within the area takes plus 30% damage. Oh, geez. Okay, that's not good for me. It'd be really good for the sword dude, but terrible for this guy. Ouch. Who's shooting at me? All right. Come at me, boss. Oh, we got a level. Yeah, let's do ignite. I'm kind of hoping that we'll chain reaction onto the boss while staying out of his range. Because we are doing some slight damage to him as chain lightning is kind of working its way over to him, but ooh, I am definitely within range of this guy, though. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. Move speed in this realm is so crucial. You do not survive this level if you do not have move speed. Whoa, that was crazy. All right, well, I mean, we definitely got a lot further that time. And we got 10 Omni Stones. That's great. Let's do some meta progression. Then we'll do our last run here with our sword dude in the arena. So let's grab all these. I don't know what they do, but we're going to get them. Oh, we can get that one too. Visit the planet Aradune in normal mode. Activate Quorum without using skills? But your auto attack is a skill. How are you supposed to do that? I guess, like, do a charge? Charge the obelisk one and not attack anything the whole time? Pass a location without taking any damage. Die at the first location. Okay, fun. These are some fun unlocks. Here we go. We're gonna do the arena. Hourglass, sure. Blades, what is the yes in reference to? Sorry. There's a bit of a delay. Arena. Okay, gotcha. Ooh, piece of candy. Crit chance. I mean, it's kind of hard to go wrong with crit chance, but it's also not going to be the most innately helpful thing for this build, for this character, just due to its slow attack speed. I do like kiting that boomerang around, though. That is always super satisfying. 30% health. Converts 1% of lost health into 2% damage, right? We like that one. Skill hits deal extra 50%. Yeah, Splash seems really good on this guy, too. We get a pause. So I guess so we can kind of pick up anything that's accumulated, coordinate as a team. Let's go. I do wish the arena was a little more visually interesting. It's kind of making me wonder if it's going to evolve over time. Like, as we go through waves, different lighting effects will happen, or even deformations to the arena. That would be cool. It just feels a little bit like the garden aesthetic seems a little strange to me, I won't lie. We have a timer. We have 1 minute left. I don't know what it's counting down for. Plus attack speed. Did I just kill everything way faster than it thought I was going to? Okay. Extra damage. I do like this guy. I mean, this is a really satisfying character. I do wish his auto attack felt a little bit snappier, but other than that, really good. Yeah, I do think we're just killing stuff really quick. Seems like they spawn based on a timer, not based on what is alive. Yeah, look at all that. Look at all that damage. Look at that sweet, sweet damage. Move speed. You. Yes, Triumph is very good on this character. Let's get some ranged. I mean, having a turret just seems like it's kind of a generically good idea. Blast. And that ultimate type sort of ability, very satisfying. But once again, it's only 3 seconds above the other cooldowns. Like, I don't get why they've lumped things together the way that they have. I'm sure that there is a rationale behind it. I just am struggling to understand it. Okay, yellow pill, 10% attack speed, so we're at 20% attack speed, which is great. Bring that boomerang back over. It's doing a good amount of damage. One thing I'm starting to wonder now that I'm getting a little bit more experience in the game, I'm starting to kind of become a little more familiar with the systems and seeing how they intersect. when do I decide, oh, this time I'm going to level up my attack versus this time I'm going to level up my boomerang? What are the relevant decision-making bits of information that I need in order to make a decision like that? And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be surprised if they exist. I think it's kind of just level up what you enjoy. Because we're not getting hugely dynamic enemies. Like, they look different, which is good, but I'm not getting like, oh, this is a swarm level, so I want to go up in my radius. Or, you know, it just feels a little bit, do whatever you want to do. Adrenaline pill, definitely take that. Karma. When the Gatekeeper is at full health, the received damage creates a projectile in return. The received damage. So, does that mean when I'm at full health and I take a damage, I spawn a projectile? Ooh, bad mood. So good on this guy. Yeah, like the typography is good. The visual design is really good. I just need more clarity in language. Really is pretty much it. I pushed the wrong button again. Come on. So anyways, I started blasting. More bad mood, yes. Drag everyone over here, and you. That's a lot of damage. Womp. Feels good. More move speed. I like more move speed. It's an amazing technique I never thought to try with that. It's really cool, and honestly, it was a mistake the first time that I found out about it. So I feel really clever. I feel very clever that I feel like I invented some cool way to maximize this, instead of what I'm sure was the intentional design behind the character. But I feel really good because I was able to discover it, right? More attack speed. Attack speed seems very strong in the game. With the amount of on-hit procs and everything that are happening. Okay, line everyone up. And go. That wasn't the best one I've done, but still alright. So yeah, I mean, this is a very standard Survivors-like experience. This feels like the MVP, and then the other mode feels like the, okay, let's build a story mode out of this. Let's get this actually, functioning. HVC, I'll take that. More bad mood. I'm hitting with the first skill, a 5% chance to launch a projectile. That's actually kind of interesting, because that means in waves, the thing that this character has, if there's a bunch of dudes right next to you, you swing once and you hit like 10 times, right? So in that sense, on proc is really good. Joe can think very outside the box, except when it comes to holding buttons. Oh man, hilarious. What's next on your docket, Zaft? What are you planning on participating in next? Because I know you're taking a break for brackies, because it's too long for your taste. What's on your radar? You see that pop up in the chat? In Twitch chat? No, I didn't see a pop up in chat. I might make my own little thing. Ooh, that's exciting. Is this with the intention of being a commercial release, or just a, like, I want to build something for me? game. Chat log is gone. Learning release, not commercial. Fair. Yeah, I missed that, Blades. I missed that. That was fairly short. We're going to do it one more time here. Okay. Oh, Rampants invaded? Is that what you're talking about? It said Rampants invaded. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I was stuck in the chat. And I know a lot of people really prefer this style of a game, right? They just want Brotato. There's a large demographic of people that just want to play Brotato, but a little bit different. And that's fair. It's fair. Hey, Trevron, good to see you. How you doing, friend? Welcome in. What have you been up to recently? We are doing analysis for this Survivors-like game. It has a sort of, not really Slay the Spire, but a campaign-y type sort of structure, but then also an arena mode. We took a look at the more storyful structure. I hesitate to even say story, but the more kind of campaign-y type sort of structure. But it's still a roguelike. I don't know how to call it. A roguelike with moving destinations where you go to different locations. And this is kind of the more Brotato style mode, so we're checking that out now. I mean, let's try the Swarm Pendant. I don't think I've ever taken Swarm Pendant with this character, so let's try it out. Yeah, given how heavy of an emphasis the UI is right at the beginning on multiplayer, I'm surprised at how good of an experience this is single player. I did not expect it to be as to feel as good. I was expecting a lot of like, oh, well, I guess I can't take this item or I can't take that ability because like I don't have anyone else here, so it's only going to be partially helpful. Doing work stuff, mostly web dev. This looks pretty nice. Nice, Trevron. Very nice. How's it going? It's going very well. It's going very well. We're putting these product design chops to use that are trying not to get rusty. Evaluating, you know, how do you take these and then indicate that they have different categorizations, right? So this is like a category of ability, this is a category of ability, and all of these are, so like how do we differentiate those? And having some good time doing some little UI iterations. Explode and boomerang feels good. And teleport back, bring the boomerang back. Feels good every single time. That feels good every single time. There's something to analyze there of how do you build moments like that in your gameplay in other genres? Because man, is that such a good feeling. Snapthorn, good to see ya. Hold on, are we in ads? Ads starting soon. Okay, we'll go ahead and take a little bit of an ad break. I'm gonna take a bio break, get some water. We'll be right back. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Appreciate you. How you doing, Snapthorn? Hope everything's going well for you. Fixing stuff from previous jams. Very nice. Very nice, mice. Things are going good. I'm glad to hear it, Snapthorn. Glad to hear it. Thanks for sharing like your work in the Discord, by the way. And thanks to everyone who does that. I love keeping up to date with what everyone's working on. It's super great. Haven't done a game jam in years. I'd love to do one if I had the time for it. I understand that, Trevron. I have the great privilege of this being my employment right now. So I get to do a lot of game jams, even though it drives my wife up the wall. Say, hey, I've got another game jam. I'm doing another one. Yeah, but like, I'm not gonna take all the time. I'm gonna let you I'm gonna take the kids. It's gonna be fine. All right, let's dive back in here. I kind of wonder how controller support works on this. Or if they even have controller support, because it seems like a lot of this is based on your mouse cursor. Like, this character on the controller wouldn't be anywhere near as cool. She has a lot of patience. She certainly does. Absolutely. She absolutely does. Without her, we wouldn't have even started this. She's incredible. She's my favorite person. Health regen, that's good. I would like to be seeing some forges pop up. I'm kind of bummed that we're not getting those. Bad mood. Always take bad mood on this guy. My wife would be not like this after the first one. Yeah. Yep, we've had to figure out, like, how do I do these? Because they're portfolio building, like, they're important. And they're huge skill building opportunities. But how do I do it in a way that does not make me not a member of the family anymore? Forges don't show up in the arena. Yeah, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the other progression types. Like, that would be nice. I don't know why they're not here, to be frank. It seems like an obvious inclusion, which probably means there's some sort of technological reason that they're not there. Or they developed Arena first, and then they started building out the other mode, and haven't gone back to Arena in a while to update it with all the cool new stuff that they've built. It's got to be one of those two things, right? I mean, we're making really good use of Boomerang. Why don't we try leveling up Boomerang? But I will say that is another annoying representation of what I was discussing, of like, when do I level up one versus the other? It really does just feel kind of like preference. Arena was developed later on because the demo didn't have it. Interesting. Okay, well then, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they don't have it. The only thing left for me is technical constraints, but I don't know why the technical constraints would be there. I don't know how the code is architected or anything, but it does seem kind of weird. Swarm Pendant again. Then we'll go more attack. Move speed feels a little less important this time around, because we're not like running through a level. Like, everything is sprinting directly at us in a big open space. We kind of always have stuff to be attacking. Good. Boomerang out. Good, got it. Ooh, that was tight. That was last second right there. Explosion. Wow, they all went on one dude. I was kind of hoping to knock out a lot of these range dudes with that. More damage. I think this is just another good example of emergent gameplay, right? There is a way that these abilities interact that is not necessarily intended, or that allows the player to find the interaction, and it's not like hard-coded in, right? It's I feel like I have discovered something. So, you know, if you're doing, you know, like a roguelike deck builder, right? If you're doing, how would you do a moment like that in Slay the Spire? You could have, and I'm gonna pull very liberally from this example. If you had a card that's like every time it is in your discard pile, then give X thing. Swap hats, you got it, Snapthorn. Give X ability type more damage, or every time this comes back from the discard pile, then you can, you know, increase its damage by 1 or something. And then you have a bunch of cards that allow you to bring stuff back from the discard pile, and you start to feel very clever, because it's not necessarily a use this card on this card in this situation to gain a damage boost. It is a, I have understood the rules, and now I am manipulating them for my benefit, and I feel very clever. Because returning something from your discard in and of itself sounds like kind of okay, I guess, but then you pair it with, oh, it gets a damage buff every single time. Okay, now I'm interested. The Chakram causes an explosion around me, dealing 200% damage. Sounds good. That's going to combo nicely with Bad Mood, which every single time I say that, I just think of Bluey. More Bad Mood, absolutely. Okay, these are interesting. I don't think we've seen these guys before. I didn't see the big explosion. Feeling pretty strong, though. Doing all right. Round 5. You know, we'll probably fall off here pretty soon. We gonna spawn more dudes? This is a frustrating moment, too. Like, why is it time-based? I mean, I guess I understand why it's time-based, but why is there not also a trigger in there to say, oh, this dude already killed everything, let's bring in a new group? I don't know what, like, getting 20 seconds just waiting really does for the game. More kettlebell. Don't really need kettlebell on this guy. We don't really want to push people back. More health? I'll gladly take that, though. You do start to feel pretty squishy later on. Okay. Yeah, the zoom out, the little effect there, it sells it. You could probably do a little bit more. Each hit restores 1 HP. Okay, that'd be crazy on the other character. You could probably do a little bit more on the VFX. So, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, no, 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 not like this, not like this. Gosh. Oh, that was bad. Oh, but we got the full heal. Woo! Colossus, we haven't seen this guy before. Oh, what do I do against this? What do I do against that? What do I do? Golly. More kettlebell, perfect. The one thing I don't need is more kettlebell. Cowbell, different story. Kettlebell, no. Okay. Sprint? Ah! Like, sprint just seems like I instantly get murdered if I try that. Oh, sheesh. Going for regen. Oh, no. This is gonna be it. Ah. I don't know what to do on that attack. I don't know how to dodge that. Spaloosh. Well, there you go. That is GateKeeper. Gonna throw that link in the chat. Had a really good time with this. I'm looking forward to doing... I'll probably be playing this some more on my own. I'm really liking it. It's in early access. I'm curious to see how it shapes up over time with even more. They apparently have a really big update planned with a new in-game currency. that will be used to buy artifacts. Okay, so the obelisks will now give you, there'll be a store. Okay, great. Rad. So there's going to be a store. You can kind of fine-tune your build a little bit more. New locations are 3 to 4 times bigger. Players won't be as pressured by enemies as before, having more time to recollect themselves and think over their artifact and level up. Man, okay. That was never my problem. It was always the bosses. No loading screen between locations. Cool. Siren statues, which we didn't ever see. Introducing some more events. Very cool. Triads, a combination of 3 artifacts, which immensely power up some of those artifacts. Oh, so it's like an item combination recipe thing. Cool. So you go to a specific shrine, and then you'll be able to combine items and make some really cool, awesome thing. Nice. Sounds like a really good update. To be honest, cool game. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I'm bummed that after like 2 hours of playing, we didn't unlock anything for characters. How much? We didn't get any meta currency in the arena? 0? Bro, for real? Why would you ever do the arena? I mean, I guess you do the arena because it's fun. And that's the kind of game you want to play, but wow, okay. It definitely feels like if you want to do a big unlock run, you have to go to normal, you set difficulty to easy, because are there achievements for like do something with X difficulty? I'm not seeing difficulty mentioned on any of these. At the very least, it's going to be for a very select few of them, not yeah. A very select few instead of so siren statues aren't in the game yet. Interesting, because it said in the update it said siren statues won't appear until you want them to be or something. But maybe it's because they've like talked about the future with people before and they expressed concern. Arena doesn't give meta progression currency. Brutal. So yeah, definitely set your difficulty to easy. Go run through the unlocks, and then start doing stuff. Once again I am curious. Is this 80% less meta currency? I don't know what that means. Twice per run is a little confusing as well. That should say twice in one run, because that makes it sound like you have to have an average of twice per run. At least not as often as normal. Okay. Very cool. I had a great time with Gatekeeper. Blades, thank you so much for submitting that for analysis. I hope this was satisfying. Was there anything in there that you in particular wanted to discuss that we didn't get around to yet? Truth's bold and humble. Coming with an idea to prototype, which we now have. Hey, all right, congrats. We'll need to watch more of the game later to get an idea. It's pretty fun. You know, if you're looking at doing something in the survivor-like genre, I think this is a good entry. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff in there. I especially like that bouncing around with the boomerang. I would love stuff like that on this guy, but I understand if this is just kind of the shooty blast, and maybe they're having more advanced interactions on the unlockable characters. I can understand that. That's a sad truth about marketing. If you want your game to sell, have a white guy holding a submachine gun. That is what most people will key into. They want the assault rifle for some reason, is what everyone likes. I can't stand assault rifles, but like Risk of Rain, right? The first character you had was a machine gun dude. Do you do gatekeeping? Why are you gatekeeping? Who are you gatekeeping and from what? I'm gatekeeping all of you from the harm of living a boring life. I don't know. Yeah, okay, Blades. I'm glad that was what you were looking for. That was a ton of fun. We're going to dive into... We just don't have a lot of time. That took up a lot more time than I thought it was going to. And I got streaming a little bit later than I was hoping. I was hoping to get that done, do some Banana Jam and Dread Delusion, but I think we're going to have to jump straight into Dread Delusion. Sorry, Alamad, if you're watching or if you're watching the VOD. I am going to keep on working on the Banana Jam, and that's going to be on the docket for tomorrow for a split, but I think I am near the end of my time limit on this. So I do need to do Dread Delusion here. Shawnee Dew and Adrian introduced lots of people to Core Keeper, so it works. Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and change our stream to Dread Delusion. Analyzing Dread Delusion. We're going to say this is Dread Delusion. There we go. Going to get rid of the jam tag and everything, which I should have done before.
Our world is long since shattered, but hope still flickers in our darkest dreams. Few would guess that our fate would be decided upon the Oneric Isles, an almost forgotten archipelago of the southern sky realms. On these uncanny islands, the apostatic union, power drunk after slaughtering their once exalted god,
there we go, found it.
maintains but a paltry presence. Under their negligent gaze, the deep forests and dark places teem with cutthroats, cultists, and worse. In the desolate...
Okay, I'm actually going to skip that, and I'm going to adjust our options here. Once again, ultra widescreen, we're just going to knock this out. We're going to do full screen off. There we go. Return. We're going to quit. And then we're going to launch it again. So Dread Delusion is, well, before we do the intro here, Banana Slamma, yeah. Or get guy from YouTube to play a game for adverts. Yeah, no, for real. I mean, that is a very real thing. This goes back to building a game that you want to play versus building a game for a market. And frankly, all of us as game developers should be building for streamers. That is just the cold reality. You should be building a game that streamers will want to play, because they will do your marketing for you. How much did he extend the banana jam? 4 more days. Like, full on doubled the length of the jam. Which is good, because I'm going to need it.
Our world is long since shattered, but hope still flickers in our darkest dreams. Few would guess that our fate would be decided upon the Oneric Isles, an almost forgotten archipelago of the southern sky realms.
Spelljammer type sort of
uncanny islands,
environment.
The apostatic union, power drunk after slaughtering their once exalted gods, maintains but a paltry presence. Under their negligent gaze, the deep forests and dark places teem with cutthroats, cultists, and worse. In the desolate, endless realm, poor souls languish undying in decrepit mausoleums, yearning for their lost mortality, while the Clockwork Kingdom, ruled by the crooked logic of its manufactured monarch, strives to transform not just the realm, but reality itself. All these regions have their part to play in this unfolding story, but it begins fathoms below, in the Underlands, a ruinous wasteland where none can draw breath for long. It is here that a secret waits to be uncovered by someone whose dreams burn brighter than any. But will those dreams kindle into a radiant destiny, or will we burn in the folly of delusion?
There you go. Hey, Endo, good to see you. Dread Delusion. I'm excited about this. This looks like a wild one. This is a very like PS1 EverQuest style aesthetic. It is an open world RPG. I mean, it seems absolutely bonkers. It brands itself as an open world RPG brimming with strange places and dark perils. Carve your own path through the flying continents of a shattered land. Discover curious towns, unearth occult secrets, master powerful magic, and change the world through your choices. So there you go. I think there's going to be a lot interesting here. It has 2,500 very positive reviews. Do we just start? Yeah, we're just starting in on Dread Delusion. We just barely played through GateKeeper. So if you want to see like a Survivors-like type sort of experience, you can go rewind and check that out. I'm going to throw the link for this in chat. Thank you as well to Lovely Hell Place, the developers, for the key for this. So let's go ahead and take a look. As we always do, title screen. We've got a character here, nice alternating orange and blue, bright saturated colors to draw the eye in to a character, kind of give a semblance of a face, but not quite a face. People always key into faces. So if you want to draw attention somewhere, put a face there. We've got a typographic logo, but we have this nice little backdrop, and this is something that I don't actually see a lot of games. We've been doing a lot of these title screen UI reviews. I don't see very many people doing this, which is providing a just solid backsplash here that unifies this whole section and makes it feel very cohesive. I think this is very good visual design. And even better that the typographic logo is breaking the borders of it. I really like that. In fact, I kind of wish they had taken it a little bit further. I don't know if it would really match the aesthetic or not, but I would love to see, you know, the borders of this smashed and have like debris floating off, right? I think that would be a nice little touch. We have credits, Lovely Helpplace, which is the developer, Dread XP, which is the publisher. I'm a little confused why they're not using logos for this, because I'm assuming this is just going to link us out to their respective websites. Oh, the Twitter. Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm not totally sold on that, to be honest, but I think it's doing the job enough. It's doing the job enough. And it's off to the side where you're not really going to focus on it. You're going to kind of see this or this and bounce between them and come over here. So, buttons on the left are so randomly placed. I agree. Yeah, I think that they could be not buttons or be in a very secondary style. They're in the same primary style as all the other ones, which is a bummer. It's also a little weird that controls is separated out from options, but whatever. Oh my. Airship? Okay. As far as, I keep wanting to say layout, composition. As far as composition goes, what you really want is like some attention-grabbing thing and then have it kind of follow a line and direct you over to your main action. That's what you want on one of these entry screens. Right now it feels very busy, which does kind of match the aesthetic, but I think you could still maintain that aesthetic and have a little bit more composition to this, where your eye doesn't kind of get caught over here until eventually it wanders over here, but have a really intentional frame to lead your eye in. Airship 1 and 2, yes. All right, let's start the game. I'm curious if there's going to be character creation. I know like next to nothing about this. I'm really excited about it. I like the parchment here, the kind of bitty sort of thing. The font, it fits very well. Setting is permanent, cannot be changed during your playthrough. Interesting that we've got light text and also really good focus styles on the buttons. But this is our first dark text. Kind of curious about that. I love this loading screen artwork and that intro artwork. So cool. I mean, you definitely feel like you're stepping into a world at this point.
The world
already
was long ago broken, its surface cursed. You are a dweller of the sky realms, drifting islands that cradle the last of human civilization. Here, in the dank cell of an Inquisition ship, you ruminate on your past.
Dank. All right, so it's a little awkward to, like, I would honestly prefer to have this be a black screen with this letter on it, because my first impression was, cool, I get to play, oh, I have to wait. So I would like that, personally, have a black screen to start off with, so I am, like, here, and then on clicking accept, that takes me into the game. Now, we also have an X on this seal. I'm curious, is this X like a close button?
Dreams of childhood slip through your mind.
Right.
Was your fate sealed? Even then?
Let me flip here. They're taking full advantage of the screen space here. I was kind of hoping for this. I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping for like a Morrowind style character creation where you answer a bunch of questions and it builds your character. That's really exciting. So, were we a brawler, an urchin, an apprentice, or a noble? So might, guile, wisdom, or persona, interesting, increases your regen rate, governs the charm and barter skills. I'm glad they're telling me what these things do. That's really, really good. You'll also note that, like, I went straight down to here. I saw the text, or the logo, the icons, went to the text, and then jumped down here. That's because of high contrast, right? So I'm skipping over the description. I'm seeing what these are, and then I'm going to go back and read the descriptions. You know, if I were playing this alone. Increase your maximum health. Governs the combat skills of attack and defense. Maximum stamina. Lockpick and agility skills. Governs the lore and spellcast skills. I mean, let's try spellcasting. I'm always curious about spellcasting in games like this because I feel like melee is kind of the same thing in most games. I'm curious, but spells can kind of differentiate and make things feel a lot more. So we're going to try Apprentice. As a child of remarkable promise from an unremarkable family, your parents sold you to a passing scholar. Your youth was spent copying tomes till your hands bled, but what you read, you did not forget, +2 wisdom.
The body grew, the mind sharpened. For a while, you excelled.
Can go
Dreams
back.
of
Okay.
The body grew.
All right.
The mind
Adventurer, Aetherist,
For a while,
Scholar, or Counselor.
excel.
So we can do... So we're kind of mixing things up. So that was our stat boost. These are our skill boosts to start off with. Interesting. So you can kind of mix and match. I mean, we'll go Scholar here. Being accepted into a prestigious Bion University, you learned of ancient gods, dead cities, and the language of the universe. But above all, you learn to look beyond the obvious to find the hidden truths of all things. So plus to lore, interaction with concealed mechanisms to reveal hidden secrets. That's cool. So one big problem in games like this traditionally is that you kind of always want to go rogue. Because the rogue is going to be able to pick locks. It's going to get you access to a bunch of hidden areas in the game, give you a lot more experience, be able to finish quests that you couldn't do otherwise. Whereas the other stuff is just like be better at hitting things. So I like that lore is also going to give us that, and I hope that physicality will do that too. Like, there's a large rock blocking the way. You need X amount of strength to move it. Like, I would love to see all of those things mingle together.
Cracks showed. Your guard slipped. The mistake was grave. The Inquisition had your scent.
Okay. Did we?
The body grew.
Yeah.
The mind cracks showed.
Okay.
Your
Interesting.
guard slipped.
The Inquisition.
The mistake was grave. The Inquisition.
So we can go more
had your
spellcasting.
scent.
We can do more agility, movement speed, and jump height, or decrease damage received by enemy combatants. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's do Temple Raider. After learning of a powerful artifact in an ancient temple, you set out to obtain it. You trained to defend yourself against traps and monsters alike, but not to evade the Inquisition, who forbid the plunder of such places. So this is the reason we got locked up. Fair enough. Let's get some defense. We'll go for a tanky spellcaster. That sounds kind of fun. Hi, friend. You're a mummy. Ooh, we definitely need to up the sensitivity. I'm doing that on my mouse. There we go. That's feeling a bit better. I mean, yeah, look at that aesthetic. My gosh. I do feel like I'm stepping right back into EverQuest. I'm not going to lie, as far as visuals go. So we're going to hang out in the cell for a little bit until the ads. Oh, we could just open this. This is not a very good prison. Oh, man. The chains are just a one-dimensional thing, or I guess two-dimensional, but... Ooh, you see the little flies buzzing around? That's nice. Nice little particle there. Very nice. Music is suitably moody. Color palette is on point. Lots of really nice contrasting colors. Right? We've got that bright teal with the pink complementary colors. Lots of dynamic action lines. That shader making things kind of wave around, it looks like. And then multiple layers of skybox. I think you can see the clouds going way up ahead. Way far behind this weird, like, lattice web thing. Really interesting. Ads are starting to... Dude, come on. We haven't started the ads yet? Twitch, you're killing me. All right. I'm going to go check on the boy, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're jumping back into more Dread Delusion right after this. welcome back. Okay. So I went looking at some of the reviews for this during the break, and it seems like there's a general consensus that the mood is fantastic, and the story is very cool, and exploring is very rewarding. However, the combat is not the game's strong point, so I'm kind of curious to see how that comes out. Oh, that pop-up. Pilfered 3 coins. Gosh, dang, I gotta move myself again. Is no corner safe? Where can a streamer lay down his head? All right. You. Hi, you. So we've got this bizarre, like, techno-fantasy sort of aesthetic. It's really weird. Memphis, good to see you, friend. How you doing? Prisoner, 17, you have been marked for temporary release. The High Confessor will see you in the Central Chamber. Almost like Warhammer. Do not keep her waiting. Why am I being released? Only the High Confessor can answer that, but I calculate there is an 8 in 10 chance you will be granted the honor of a glorious and sanctifying death. Okay, so we can keep asking these other questions. I was a prisoner like you, but the Inquisition and its generosity has made me so much more. Cipher magic runs through my veins. My sins have been cleansed. I'm a servant of the... Yeah, this is very 40K inspired. Let me see if I can adjust... Yeah, look sensitivity. You want to bust that up, and I want field of view to 90. There we go. Okay. Good old-fashioned torture device. Great. Lots of wires and nonsense. Okay, great. The device lurches on unstable legs, thick blood oozing from its seams with each shuddering movement. A woman's voice, hoarse and raspy, echoes from within the device. Your service is required. Prisoner 17. That's not my name. A cackle lapses into a sputter of coughs. You forfeited the right to a name when you betrayed the apostatic union. A number is all you deserve, but I offer you the chance of penance, an opportunity to atone. This is some bold talk for an apostolic union. Lots of talk about sins and penitence for a bunch of apostates. I am the High Confessor of this Inquisition Combat Tribunal. We are tracking the most dangerous of criminals, and you will help us. How? Our target's whereabouts have been known for some time. A backwater archipelago on the very fringes of Union territory. Known as the Onoric Isles, these flying islands are host to a manor of outcasts and miscreants. We arrived a few hours ago, but met with fierce resistance. Our target is in the Blinding Light Fortress, the last remaining holdout of the Dark Star Mercenaries, which sounds like such a good Saturday morning cartoon bad guy. For our quarry is their leader, the notorious Vela Kalos. Never heard of her. She is the daughter of Admiral Kalos. Oh, they've even got like the little slideshow projectors up, the visual aids. I like that she came prepared for the meeting. Groomed for command, but she set off on her own to found a warband of thieves and pirates. The Dark Stars were tolerated in the Union until Vela became enthralled with delusions, would you say dark delusions, of grandeur. Claimed she could create some sort of heaven. Before you go, take this Inquisition journal. Thonk. It will keep track of your mission. My drones can offer guidance, and closer to the Blinding Light, Inquisitor Ignavus can assist you further. Oh, and don't try to run. These flying islands are unstable, and many a fool has fallen to their death. Okay, this, like, you're losing a lot of blood there, lady. Like, that can't be okay. Like, that's constant. That's not like sometimes. That's all the time you're losing that much blood. That can't be okay. Damaged doors can be broken with a weapon. There's a chest next to me. Pick up the sword, then press the inventory key to open your journal. Navigate to the equipment panel and equip the sword into one of your weapon slots. Press the attack key to unholster your weapon. Though this is a meager task, I calculate there's a 1 in 20 chance you will somehow perish in the attempt. Okay, cool little animation on the chest open. I like that. Swords are reliable all-rounder weapons, rewarding both speed and aggression. chipped and corroded, this one that has seen better days. And may yet see them again, if some of the rust could be cleaned up. Yeah, so we've got poor and 5 damage, so I'm guessing this is, like, item quality? I wonder if that could be represented in, like, color of the text. It's hard for me to really provide much meaningful UI critique, because I don't know how much of it is limited by their aesthetic, right? Like, having poor and 5 damage be equal in typographic weight, I would not recommend. But if that's kind of the tools they have available to them because of the aesthetic that the art team chose, you know, you do what you gotta do. All right. Tab, I guess? I don't know what these blood splatters are. Equip. Oh, no paper doll. Boo. I wanted to see what my character looked like. So we have spells over here, usables, and equipment. Okay. Equipment, spells, usables. That's kind of confusing. I don't know why we have, like, the tabs up here and then also this down here. Okay. Left should be on the... This should be over here. If you're moving people to the right, put it over on the right. This, like, inverted weird nonsense. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Delusions. Whoa, okay. And then we have our stats. I guess our delusions are our levels? Then we have stats, but in a wrench. That feels like settings. And then more stats. Okay, and then our background. I wonder if that's going to matter. I wonder if they're going to, like, pull into that in the game. Okay. Hey, I didn't die. All right. Can I, like, F5 to save? Controls. Well, there's no quick save apparently, so yeah! Oh, we can't reach you, lame. All right. So, I mean, absolutely stunning. What a great entry point, right? Big color contrast as soon as you head in. Good composition with this leading up, drawing your eye up to the castle. You've got the sparkling thing to eventually lead you back over and then see this big level ahead of you. So that's a very, very solid entry point. Health potion, brewed from the eye of Pagath herb, and hastens the body's restorative functions. It is prescribed by most doctors, one of their few treatments that does more good than harm, okay? Spells and quick items must be equipped. Okay, you can scroll through equipped items with the scroll wheel, I believe it said. There we go. So we can... No, don't use... Here? There we go. Okay, so this is our backpack. This is our equipment. Ugh, this feels very strange. I don't know why we're splitting it out this way instead of just having an inventory and then, like, your equipment over here. I'm curious why these didn't get combined. I guess it allows for consistency across the different tabs, where you have, you know, your tooltip over on the right there, but I don't know. Feels a little strange to me. It feels a little needlessly obtuse. Created from the Paradoxicus herb, this potion stimulates the mind and increases the user's magical potency. It has become quite a habit for many university scholars. Okay. Yeah, like, I get that we're leaning into an aesthetic, but we don't need to lean into usability issues. Those don't age well. Can I slash that? No? Okay. Let's see. What are these guys? Can I jump into you? No. These are drop pods from Warhammer 40K. Are you something I can talk to? Or is that like a weak point I can attack? Okay. Ghosty! What do we have here? Another wretched soul caught in the Inquisition's web, no doubt. Tell me, has your high confessor sent you off to die? Yes! A melancholic smile spreads across her lips. She can be terribly cruel, can't she? Well, stranger, you'd best watch yourself out there. Mark my words. Something's brewing on these islands. The stage is set, the curtain's drawn, and the performance is set to bring the house down. And something tells me you have your own role to play. Okay. Nice meeting you, Ghost. Usable. A potion. Another health potion. Okay, great. Skull? Glimmer of Delusion. Okay. So do we gain experience by exploring then? What happens if I do this also? We're gonna fall the whole... We're saving? Oh! Stamina potion derived from the jitter seed. This potion imbues the user with an unnatural energy. We are definitely hurting. Is this a bonfire? Okay. Okay, this is the cave that we were going to explore next. So I'm assuming this is a bonfire that triggers as soon as you get close to it. And that was very clever that they let you fall off right next to that so that you can kind of experience that system. Okay. I don't know why my health isn't back. If I did help go to a bonfire. Ooh. Ooh. Nice little drinking animation there. No hands. That's definitely also an aesthetic choice. Let's keep going. Skills. Skills determine your effectiveness in certain tasks. They're active and passive, improved by increasing the delusion attribute that governs it, or with special equipment. So this is not necessarily Elder Scrolls, in that the more you do it, the more you level up. Well-balanced steel knife designed to be thrown. And Slev, thieves and thugs like to coat the blade with jitter seed extract for an additional sting. Jitter seed extract is just our stamina potion. Designed to be thrown. Okay. So we can't put it in our like sword slot. Consumables? Oh, okay. Sure. And then oops. How do we change our quick item slot? Z. Oh dear. Okay. I would not have expected Z. That's kind of awkward when you're on WAS and you try and hit the Z. You know, in a tight spot trying to get your healing potion up or your buff or whatever when a monster's barreling down at you. That may be a little rough. All right, got another health potion. Good. Can I not break that? Boo. The road ahead is patrolled by Darkstar mercenaries. I strongly recommend sneaking through the mushrooms to avoid combat. It's not that I doubt your skills. I simply calculate a 3 in 5 chance you will die horribly. Direct conflict is usually avoidable. Be on the lookout for ways to sneak past tough enemies. All right, take care, Mice. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. So I'm curious, since we found that skull, is this a game where exploration is what drives experience, or is it combat? We don't seem to be able to loot dead bodies. Oh, we're coming. Darn it. Oh, that... Whoa. Okay, we wrecked these guys. Holy cow. And we got a throwing. Nice. All right, that wasn't all that scary. That could have been worse. Are they burning down a village? No, they're just burning down a house with no doors. So that's fine. How else are you going to get inside a house with no doors if you're not going to burn it down? That was an architectural mishap. That was asking to be burned down. Okay. I don't think there's really anything over here. Oh, here we go. More healing potions. I do think that killing things did not seem to give us more delusion. And you look scary. We have an arc on this? Huh. Are you really not an enemy? I kind of don't believe you. Lockpick. Jitter seed. Oh. A potent seed that vibrates in one's hand can be used as an alchemy ingredient. The volatile nature of this herb makes it ideal for restorative potions, poisons alike, and so is prized in the criminal gangs of Seth. Okay. Cool. That for sure looked like a big baddie. I'm not gonna lie. That was a like optional side boss at the beginning of the game if you want to test yourself. Sort of aesthetic. Great. So dangerous things don't necessarily mean danger in this world. Okay. Hold it for a slower, more powerful attack. Whoa, okay. And what, lockpicking tools? Okay. Okay. I don't know if you were a bad guy. Sorry if you weren't. Our agent is dying, but they still might be of use. You may have the charm to, you may have to charm them to gain their trust. The agent may take some convincing. You've been a prisoner for some time. I can no longer smell, but there's a high probability that you emit a foul stench. Success relies on your charm skill, which is derived from the persona attribute. Well, we didn't take any charm, so let's see how this goes. Are you one of the locals? Looks you up and down in disgust. Look, just leave me be. I failed the Inquisition. I'd rather die in peace. I'm here to help. Oh, success. He lets out a weary chuckle that breaks into a cough. Oh my, I recognize you now. You're one of the prisoners. Gods, the Inquisitor must be really desperate. You know you're gonna die, right? Those bastards wiped out our whole echelon. If you insist on this fool's errand, you might find some supplies in my crashed drop pod. Follow the river upstream and you should find it by the waterfall. Okay. I did it! Alright, you're just gonna have the same thing. Okay. Behind the waterfall. You always gotta look behind the waterfall. Always have to look behind the waterfall. There you go. Alright. Anything behind the waterfall? Woo! Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a vibe that is here. It is definitely Warhammer 40k, but EverQuest is kind of how I would describe this. Except it's not an MMO. Warhammer 40k, but like Elder Scrolls 3. Assortment of ammunition for ranged weapons. Okay. So, oh, I have to track ammo and everything. Oof. I haven't found any more skulls. I'd like some more skulls. I'd like to know what, like, getting your delusion up really does. To progress, you must unlock this door. You will need a lockpick to begin. Great. When picking a lock, there's always a chance you will fail and the lockpick will break. Increase your lockpick skill. Mechanical locks are not the only security measure you will come across. There's an art to disguising secrets through magical means, which is what we are good at. Okay. So we'll go ahead and do the lockpick. Oh, it's just a roll of the dice. Okay, I kind of like that. I'm glad you don't have to do the whole, like, little mini game that Skyrim popularized. Yeah, it's a little frustrating. There we go. I will gladly just take a die roll. That takes the power out of the player's hands, but it means a lot less time doing lockpicking, which is great. Some doors can be opened via hidden mechanisms. These secret switches require a high enough lore skill and a small amount of mana to unlock. Lore is governed by your wisdom. Okay. Candlesticks on the wall have been enchanted to seal a secret passageway. You'll need enough lore skill to dispel them. Okay, a single passageway may need several switches, so always be mindful of your surroundings. Interesting. So, oh, we get a big icon. Okay. Great. Something has changed. Right on. Health, mana, and stamina. Sure. Rest in a bed or drink a potion. Okay. But what do these do? That looks like the boss that killed me at the end of that third world in GateKeeper. So for an open world game, I will say we're getting pretty handheld on the tutorial here. Inquisitor Ignavius is waiting for you in the nearby Inquisition column. We strongly recommend speaking to him before wandering forth to your highly probable demise. Okay, very cool. Kind of Elden Ring with the cemeteries type sort of vibe there. As you approach, the Inquisitor takes in a deep breath of air. The Inquisitor, I think you mean Tony Stark. Do you smell that, prisoner? The smoke of battle. Sniffs exactly twice. I suppose there is a hint of that. But I was actually talking about he breathes in mushroom spores. Turns to you, a beaming smile across his face. I've never seen this many mushrooms in my life. Such wide stalks, such healthy gills. This is good character writing. You expect, given position, outfit, how people have talked about him, you're expecting, like, we're going to win this fight, we're going to get the blah, blah, blah. Instead, side interest. Has nothing to do with anything else, but that drives dimension and character. Such potent spores. We have mushroom forests back home in London, but nothing like this. Waggles a finger at you while turning his gaze back at the mushrooms. If you get back alive, remind me to get a batch of Scry Shroom tea for my wife. They make it here in the Honoric Isles, and I hear it's to die for. Okay. That's damn good of you, prisoner. But where are my manners? Okay. Inquisitor Ignavius of the 12th Inquisitorial Tribunal, pleased to make your acquaintance. Firmly. I see I'm in good company, prisoner. That's the Blinding Light, the Fortress of Velical... Wait. I thought that was like the objective of the game. This is just the tutorial? Okay. The High Confessor told me you'd be joining the assault, and not a moment too soon. We need all the help we can get. I've sent all my agents, but so far none have reported back. We expected heavy fighting, but it seems those Darkstar ruffians are a tougher bunch than we gave them credit for. Your orders are to capture Vela alive. A tall order, I'll admit, but I think you're up to the job, prisoner. So any questions? Tell me more about Vela. Yes, I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but what do you want to know? Why are you using prisoners? Rigorous labor is a tonic for the ills of one's mind. We're not like some common judiciary back in Union homeland, where prisoners are thrown in a pit with a scrap of moldy bread no matter the crime. We recognize the twisted intellect of our guests, and if we can untwist that reason with the right application of punitive employment, wow, what a line, we will have enlightened the world just a little. We're also authorized to use any method at our disposal when a mission is going, how do they say it in Slav? Utters up. Oh boy. Alright, sounds good. Tell me about Vela. That's a name that'll make the hair stand on end. She's the daughter of old Admiral Kalos of the Apostolic Union Navy. But instead of following in her father's footsteps, she founded the most accomplished mercenary band since the God War. Sure, she's currently the most wanted criminal in the Union, but you've got to hand it to her. For years, the Union itself relied on Vela and her Dark Stars to do the jobs the Navy were unwilling or unable to do themselves. It's a pity she turned down such a dark path. In the later years of the Dark Stars, their number of villainous deeds far exceeded those of noble intent. What did they do? There was the Astral College heist and beyond, where they made off with an artificed star, among other priceless treasures. Then there was the sinking of the merchant freighter Popinjay, and all those hostages slaughtered at the siege of Sarakolko. I could go on. In the end, they say she lost the plot, started yammering about some sort of heaven. The Inquisition ruled this was tantamount to cultism. Claims of a religious nature, and warranted her arrest. Of course, I think the polymaths over in Ryova had wanted her gone long before all this, got too big for her boots, and finally they had their warrant. Even Vela's own mercs got so riled up they mutinied against her. She's been hiding out here for years, but the Inquisition finally got the go-ahead to make a move. So here we are. Alright, so when you're done, be sure to check in with me after the mission. I'm taking quite an interest in these Honoric Isles of late, and I'm sure I can fill you in with plenty of useful tidbits. Cool. My guess is, right, Apostolic Union, clearly the bad guys, and she is going to be like, hey, there's like gods that are hiding or something. We need to go find them and rescue them, and then we're going to flip sides. Your attack damage depends on your current stamina. The more your stamina, less damage you do. Okay, just like Advanced Wars we were talking about the other day. Maximum stamina will deplete slowly over time. If it reaches half its original value, you'll become fatigued, reducing all stats. Max stamina can be restored by sleeping in a bed or using a stamina potion. Wow. Okay. Hold block. If you time a block, just as an enemy attack lands, you'll parry it. Successful parries negate all damage and will stagger the enemy. Okay. Not possible when your stamina is empty. What is block? F? Right mouse button is spell? Jeez. Oh, F is so awkward. I am never gonna hit that. Ow! Okay. Don't touch that thing. Is this a bed I can rest in? Rest. Dang it. Return home. A teleportation spell that transports a caster to the last crystal point touched. Though widely used by scholars, some still prefer to walk. They claim the chance of being incorrectly teleported off a cliff is not negligible. Okay. So we got a TP spell. Yeah. Return home. Okay. Crystal points restore your mana. Cool. Okay. So that's our bonfire. Beds can be cheaply rented at inns. You may also find unattended beds throughout the world. For some are unsafe, and you'll be taking a chance by resting in them. I like that. That's cool. Revenge of the Dummies. Oh, dear. So that's the day you know, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime indicator. That's kind of cute. These three feel a little bit samey, but since they're in order, you can kind of puzzle it out. Yeah. And yeah. All right, that's not gonna work. We're getting out of there. Hey, it's our ghost friend. See that looming fortress? It struck fear into the hearts of many who were braver and stronger than you, stranger. It was made in the God War, so the apostatics named it the Blinding Light, to ridicule the gods they planned to butcher. Ironic that it should fall into the hands of someone so blinded by ambition and zeal. For Vela has claimed it in pursuit of her own twisted heaven, and the Blinding Light now turns its guns towards the faithless souls who hate it. Tell me, stranger, if a hated enemy stood between you and your most cherished ideal, would you strike them down? Would you have the arrogance to take a life in pursuit of your fantasy? I mean, no? Still, I fear that in a world like this, such a heart will only see you dead in a gutter by the sword of someone far less scrupulous. Still, you've piqued my curiosity, stranger. I'll have my eye on you. Okay. Bye, Ghost Mommy. Great. Oh, ads coming up in just a second. Hey, get some more Jitter Seed, though. This did not end well for this guy. Okay. Poison. Deadly poison. After coating your equipment with this noxious substance, all attacks will poison enemies for a limited time. So, definitely look forward to never using that. And here we go. I really want to find more skulls. Oh, more like siege weaponry. Eye of Pegath. Flower shaped oddly like an eyeball. Can be used as an alchemy ingredient named after the legendary god Pegath. This herb is well known for its healing properties and is used in medicine across the Apostolic Union. Great, we got a throwing knife. And are we in ads? Just about. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Wrapping up with Dread Delusion. This has been a great time. I've had a really good time playing these games. This is definitely a more chill vibe than we're used to experiencing on the channel. And I'm curious to see it start to ramp up. So definitely stick around. We're going to see probably the end of the tutorial and the real world as it stands in just a minute. Welcome back. Let's keep going. I'm excited to see this kind of transform. It's been very slow so far. There's been a lot of tutorializing, a lot of dialogue, which is fine, but definitely a slow introduction. I mean, we even have this sort of, background sound going the whole time. Okay. So this is a little more expansive than I was expecting. Can we just go straight in? Yes. Okay. I wonder what that just did. Are there any other switches for us to hit? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, the background music does feel a little bit... Gotcha. Tonally mismatched for me. You know, we have this weird, wacky environment we're being thrust into. We're in the middle of a like literally in the middle of a war zone. Tatas, hello, good to see you, friend. How are you? Have you been diving into Wolfstride yet, by the way? I'm kind of curious. I want to check that out soon. I can't stab the goblin crate? Okay. Like, we're in a siege zone. Why is it so chill? You know? I mean, it does look like there's a lot to explore here, though. Oh my goodness. Where does this path hook up to? Oh, it's up above where we were. Okay. Started, Laika. Oh, how's Laika going? That's the one where you're like a dog person riding around on a motorcycle, right? Yeah, we are not getting experience for killing things, which is cool. Like, I like that. That definitely sends a very strong message for what you're supposed to be doing in this game. And what you're supposed to be doing in this game is exploring. That is the thing that I am getting blasted into my head constantly here, is go look around, see what's in here. And in that sense, the music is a dead-on banger. It's very serene, calm. It's not driving you forward to any particular action. It's just, you could go do your own thing. Need to get familiar with the controls, but it's not that hard. Fair enough. I watched a streamer play that. Well, not a streamer, but a YouTuber. I think it was Retro, maybe? And, we're swigging the potion. All the way back up to full. And I think they kind of fumbled with the controls a little bit as well. Let's try a parry. Ah, there's the parry. All right. Sure. Great. Anything that I missed now that we're on a higher vantage point? We can kind of see a little more clearly. I think so. We got everything. Oh, we got it! We got a 6. Oh, there's a skull. Nice. There we go. There's some increased experience. Okay. Iron ore. Decent quality ore that can be used to upgrade rusty weapons. Most of the Isle's mines were abandoned after the God War, but the ore remains there for the taking. Upgrade rusty weapons. Our sword specifically says rusty sword. If some of the rest could be cleaned off, it may yet see better days. So there you go. Pretty fun, and the visuals are beautiful. Yeah, and quite a dark story from what I remember, right? It's definitely pretty gory. Gosh. Ouch. Ouch. Alright, you guys are scary. Drink. Okay. Oh, man, drinking takes a really long time. When you are just slamming away. I could really do with a spell. Oh, gosh. Okay, get out of here. Boss fight's a little disappointing so far, the first two at least. Disappointing because they're too easy, or why disappointing? Offered 3 coins. Paradoxicus, an impossible flower that seems to shift between different shapes, can be used as an alchemy ingredient, defy the very principles of reality, often appearing differently depending on how it is observed. Okay. Item needs to grow back, so things will grow back over time. Okay. And I think that's that whole space explored, unless there's like something underwater. Nah. Too simple and not fun. You just do 2 things and don't even get hit. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm about to go build a boss for a game jam I'm participating in right now, Banana Jam. And that's why I'm asking, because I'm kind of curious what makes good bosses or what makes bad bosses for people. You know, how do people experience bosses that are not me? How do people that are not me experience bosses? There we go. Words. I can word. So now that we're in this like dungeon area, things are feeling a lot more open and interesting. I'm a lot more engaged. I do feel like you're probably going to be heavily incentivized just to stealth through everything. If you don't need to kill anything, stealth seems like an incredibly powerful way to play this game. Granted, I don't totally know like what stealth mechanics exist. I've got 8 lockpicks left. Sure, there we go. Easy game. Ooh, lockpicks are also used to disarm traps. Did I do it? I think I did it. Great. Okay, let's heal. And I'm just realizing my face is covering things. Golly. All right. Is this a trap? If you want to experience very good bosses and enemy designs with fun mechanics, you need to play Frog Monster. The game has a lot of bosses, and every one of them is very fun and different. Very cool. Frog Monster is on my wish list. I'm looking forward to checking that one out eventually. It's kind of like an open world shooter game, right? Well, when you can duck into a vent, in my experience, you always want to go into the vent. Okay. Hidden storehouse. Cool. Very rewarding. Oh, we can sleep. Yeah, that's great. Sharp noise rouses you. You blink awake, but you're not alone in this space. Oh, that's fine. It's just one. Oh, actually, you're kind of buff. Ouchie. Get out. No, 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 no. Ah, you suck. Man, I don't have enough opportunity to recover stamina here to do damage. So we do hit stun on a charge attack. That's good. A cluttered desk, an assortment of maps, notes, and diagrams clutter the table, detailing the planned exploits of the Darkstar mercenaries. One in particular catches your eye, an expedition to the cursed Underlands, far below the Sky Realms. Okay. Same thing over there. Recognize these old machines are God War relics, inoperable and mostly useless. Such strange contraptions are rarely seen outside the Clockwork Kingdom these days. Okay. Sure. I think we need to rest again. Okay. Door is barred from the other side. Okay. Well, let's keep going over here then. Seems like the only place left for us to go. Instead of Gato Robot, I bought Haika the Robot. It was on sale. Haika the Robot. That seems vaguely familiar. Haika the Robot or Haiku the Robot? Yeah, because I have Haiku the Robot on my wish list. Man, 1,800 very positive reviews. Good for them. Look at that. Haiku. Perfect. Thank you. This is actually a pretty big space to explore. Where are you going? Are you attempting to run from your duty? If you must recuperate, the lift next to me will take you back to the Inquisition camp. But Vela is still in the fortress, as we strongly suggest you go back inside and find a way to reach the battlements up above. Well, I want to, like, unlock the shortcut. That sounds like a good idea. Ooh, we have a delusion. So we can now go up in something. Let's increase... Guile, I guess? Oh. Delve into delusion. Embrace your first delusion. So that was a level up. Oh, and this takes me down over here. This is good because I wanted to explore over here too. This is the other side of the castle. It's interesting to note, for the first level up, only 43% of players in this game ever got that achievement. 43% of people did not get to the first level up. That's the sort of data point I would look at to say, oh, that's interesting. We need to figure out why, right? Why are so few people... No, crap. Why are so few people getting to that point? Why are so few people exploring that much? Got him. Again, finally I'm going to have my PC on my new place. Hey, congrats, Tatas. That's awesome. I don't have a table for it yet. Yeah, I've been there. I've had the PC on the ground before. Drags on and on and on for this tutorial section. I think we're kind of past the tutorial, and we're in, like, the first dungeon. Although it's, like, the same, it's still the tutorial zone. I don't think there's a lot of tutorializing left. I think it's all just the first dungeon. But I agree, Zap, this introduction section does feel pretty long. I do agree with you on that. And the vibes that I'm getting from this is a cool game to dive into to explore a world and immerse yourself in that space. Give me 1 second. Okay. That's rude. I wasn't even there. Rude. Rude. Give me that health potion. No, 3 coins. He was about to have a health potion. I'm going to put my monitor on my printer box. There you go. There you go. Go get a carton of eggs. Set it on top of that. Getting a lot of saves. Whoop. Yeah! Get out of here! Okay. Treasure chest. I'll take that. Beer! A mug full of frothy beer. Beer is cheap in the Skylands, mostly derived from fermented mushroom pulp. It's exported to the far corners of the Apostolic Union. Interesting portraits and stuff, which I think are just screenshots with a filter on it, right? What, I can't sleep in there? Boo. Okay, getting more coins. Guess I could sleep in those beds. I don't want to sleep on those beds. Those look too safe and comfy. Where all do we have yet to explore? Yeah, we haven't been over here yet, because it's barricaded from the other side. I think there was another elevator that we found, right? Is that just over here? I think this is the only place we have left that I think I can explore at the moment. This looks like an interesting landmark. Okay, landmark. Sure. Hi. You like daggers? What about rusty swords? Good sit-up, though. That was a good sit-up. Can I, like, climb through here? Jump. And yeah, you can get in through there. Okay, that's kind of cute. So yeah, this is really heavily rewarding exploration. I'm definitely down for that. I'm almost getting sort of Deus Ex original type sort of vibes in regards to the openness of the levels. I'm really curious how the story can shake out. Like, can you take very different paths? We saw a lot of different... definitely was missing some feedback on that drop. We had some different dialogue options before to kind of tinker around with. I don't know how much it would have changed anything. No, don't go over. Don't go over. We'll just call this good. And then where's the door? There's the door. Is it locked? No, it's not. Why? So, okay. So why that then? Ah, there's another one of these. Something has changed. Okay, so we found the second one. There were only 2 of them. We found 2 of them. I'm assuming, at least. Those were pretty spread out. My goodness. Ooh. Okay. We don't really have a bow. I don't know why we keep on getting all this ammunition if they're not also going to give us a ranged weapon. Me? Just a heads up, one of the devs for GateKeeper would like to hear feedback from you after the next update. Awesome! Very cool, Blades. I'd love to chat. I'm sure that they're pouring their heart and souls into that. They also said they would be addressing the language issues in the future. They just don't have the resources for it yet. I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, there are 4 people, right? 4 people building that. That's very impressive. 4 of me would not build that game. So, you know, any feedback I give is definitely not a, as always, not a mark of, oh my gosh, I'm better, but as a, hey, these are ways that we can observe to improve. So, lift is not yet active. What are you talking about? Do I have to, like, turn it on? Is it locked somehow? Not yet active. I mean, we got that tooltip before, but that was when we tried to push the big switch on the outside. I also followed your Twitch. Ah, well, you did? I didn't get a notification. Well, hello, developer. Vela Kalos stands with gravitas, her voice piercing the clatter of the ship. You notice blood seeps from her armor. She is wounded, but hides it well. Loose the sails! And why is the anti-grav engine not running? Suddenly, you catch her eye. What's this, a straggler? The Dark Star Company greets you. My apologies, but you have caught us at a rather inopportune moment. Can I join you? Looked you up and down. I mean, no offense, but the Dark Star Company has certain standards. You don't quite fit the bill. Prepare yourself, straggler. Great deeds are afoot. Deeds that will bring the Apostolic Union's tyranny to an end, and that will usher in a new age of heaven. And with that, we must take our leave. It's been a pleasure, but I doubt we'll meet again. All right. See you later. It's cool. It's like actually flying away. It's rad. Very, very cool. I'm just gonna go. You're gonna like, yeah, go to where we can't see you. Is there another window we can find somewhere? Oh, it's our ghosty. Vela spent countless nights here, hunched at her desk by the light of a candle. While the rest of her crew slept, she would pore over sky charts and scour old tomes for shreds of arcane knowledge. Back then, when I was flesh and blood, I thought she was driven by a pure desire to carve out a better world. But in time, I came to think of her as little more than a frightened girl, trying to fix something broken inside herself. For there is a thorn in Vela's heart that she cannot remove. Sometimes its maddening scratch pushes her to greatness. Other times it twists her into cruelty and barbarism. Listen, stranger. Whether you wish it or not, you will cross paths with Vela. I see it clear as day, but what will happen next is a tangle of infinite possibilities, a dark void that swallows any attempt at foresight. If you wish to understand the woman your fate is bound to, seek an old manor that drifts on the northeastern edge of Hallowshire. I will meet you. Okay. Entice. This oddity of a spell draws upon the caster's force of personality rather than their arcane knowledge to sway erstwhile enemies to their side. It's a charm. Okay. Much studied by academic wizards, the nature of the spell remains something of a mystery, but its power is not in doubt. Cool, let's definitely equip that. Yeah, absolutely. Anything to pick up or interact with here? Okay. Great. Upgrade property. Quarters? Workshop? Is this my base now? Oh, I need 11 more coins for the workshop. Okay. Constructing unfurnished. How do I get out of this screen? If I hit escape, it takes me to the menu. I'm not seeing like an X. Tab? Movement? Okay. Eventually I got out. Is that a thing? No, that's just an environmental thing. Okay. Gatekeeper was the tower defense that was on stream recently. No, that was Crystal Guardians. Gatekeeper we played just before this. It is a survivor-like game that is a survivors-like roguelike game. So you run around blasting hordes of enemies with kind of like MOBA-style controls. Why can't I jump off into there? Can you let me jump off the whole island? You're putting an invisible wall right here? Seems a little dodgy to me. Roguelite. Yes, it is a roguelite. There is meta progression. Mostly in the form of unlocks, it seems. Oh, it's you. The High Confessor wants to speak with you up on the platform. Though what she sees in a wretched prisoner is beyond me. I was about to say, hey, I did what you guys couldn't, and then I realized, no, I didn't. I just got up here. I believe you're wanted by the High Inquisitor. Best not to keep her waiting. Yes, but by all means, come back and speak to me afterwards. We've much to discuss. Okay. High Confessor is giving orders to the agents around her, pointing with her mechanical limbs and shouting between bouts of coughing. Eventually, she notices you. Prisoner 17, wasn't it? Our drones have been tracking you. It seems that Vela has escaped. I couldn't apprehend her. High-pitched laugh reverberates. Nonsense. I was certain you would be cut into tiny pieces. It's astounding you made it this far. Oh, God, that's her face? Oh, hi. You need a spa day, lady. Like, you need some self-care up in that Iron Maiden. Wow. But your sentence still stands. You may yet prove your usefulness. We must ascertain where Vela has fled to. Luckily for us, I know just who we can ask. She laughs to herself, but this turns into a pained series of retches. After a moment, you think she may have vomited. Lady, this is no life! The Oniric Isles are home to a number of former Dark Star mercenaries, okay? My superiors would rather I executed them, but they are more used to us alive. If anyone knows where Vela went, they will. So we're getting our bosses to go explore. I would start with Jack Basalt, a former Navy captain turned sellsword. You've already contacted him and arranged a meeting. You can find him at the Wobbly Noggin Pub. That's an amazing pub name. In Hallowtown, in the center of the Oniric Isles. Basalt has promised to direct us towards his comrades in exchange for the polymath's pardon. He can help you find the others. Okay, great. Reclaim the Blinding Light Fortress in the name of the Inquisition. Good, and be careful. These islands are on the very fringe of Apostolic Union territory. There may be worshippers or even minor gods who have fled the Union's purges tucked away there. The only assuredly faithless place is Hallowtown. Beyond Hallowshire's borders, there is ground even Union boots won't tread upon. To the east, the Clockwork Kingdom is in full-blown crisis, while the people of the Endless Realm to the west are cursed to never die. I love the visual aids that she has prepared. This is like middle management to a T. My tribunal will establish a command post in this fortress, the Blinding Light. Return here to recuperate, if you wish. Oh, and one more thing. From now on, you will be known as Confessor 17. This doesn't change your crimes or your sentence, but it sounds a little better than prisoner. Okay. Farewell, confessor. All right. So I built quarters. I should like bedtime, please. Nappy times for the confessor? Definitely haven't gone over here yet. Aha! Loot! Leucosic bomb. A vial of fine white powder distilled through alchemical processes. Extremely volatile. Flask will explode on impact when thrown. So this is a grenade. Lovely. So we have enough money now to build, I guess, the workshop. And a potion, but like, you haven't given me any spells that I would care about. Like, why are we doing this? Oh, we could have gone in over here if we just crouched down. Okay. And this is the tower. Oh, no, this is the area that we wanted to jump down to. This is where the airship was. And it sailed away, and that's where we were standing, up there. Okay. Door is barred from the other side. Okay. So this is the courtyard. This is... Okay, so all of this is the same space. Okay. This looks like an interesting landmark. Great. All right. Lovely. Let's head back, build that workshop, see what the rest of this game is going to be. Handrails are all over this world, by the way. Like, OSHA they'd have a field day with this thing. This would be the most lovely thing. Fortress needs repairing before that will work. Okay. Summoning an airship, maybe? Let's build the workshop. I like that this seems to be kind of your home base. I've always been a big fan of that in role-playing games, especially tabletop role-playing games. The idea of kind of having your base that you build up feels really fun. Oh, you know, we need to talk to our friendo, our mushroom tea dude. What is that thing over there? Are you seeing that in the background? Dragonfly dragon monster? Okay. We're in the rest of the world. Yeah, this definitely opens up. Oh, what's over here? Is this going to be the other side, like that door that was barred that we couldn't get into before? Lift is not yet active. No! Uh-oh. Am I stuck? There we go. All right. What's over here? So easily distractible. Aha! There's the barred door. Oh, no. It's a different barred door. Go back to this place, though. Okay. So we've already explored all that. Okay. All right. Great. So we don't have this elevator active yet. Let's go check in with our mushroom tea friend. We found the beer that's brewed from the mushrooms, so I don't know, maybe. This looks like an interesting landmark. Sure. Sure, buddy. I don't know what that's doing for me, but sure. Mushroom tea guy. Yo! Confessor 17, I just knew you'd survive the assault. The drones were all but certain you'd meet a gruesome end, but you sure showed them, eh? About that tea you wanted. Okay. Questions about the Sky Realms. You know what? This seems like the sort of game that you should dive into, but for the sake of the stream, I'm probably not gonna. Because that would be quite a lot of reading. It's already been quite a lot of reading. But I definitely get the impression that that is the game. Like, this is what you should be diving into if you buy this game. That's what you shouldn't be looking for an ARPG. You shouldn't be looking for Black Myth or anything, right? This is an adventure RPG. It is about the adventure, it is about the narrative, it is about the exploration. 8,000 times more than it is for theory crafting a really cool build, right? And that's fine. I think there's a space for that, right? There's a space for a mechanically more simple game, at least from what we have seen so far. Who knows how it's going to shape up over time. You look like a bad guy. Ouch. You hit like a bad guy. Ouchie. Jerk. Yeah, there's a space for more simple and easy games that just let you kind of immerse yourself in a space. It's kind of, it's almost like a cozy Skyrim or something, you know? All right. Unbar that and explore. Woo! This place is big. This contraption seems to require a key. Okay, interesting. Don't go over there. Throwing knives. Ugh. No fall damage, though? Okay, I'll definitely take it. Boy, we are still exploring the castle. Oh, okay. We're not still... Oh. So that just took us back to over here? What all was of interest over here? I guess we could keep going along that side. All right. Let's go do that again. Oh, and then there's a shortcut we can unlock there. Okay, so that was just really dumb of me to fall off like that. Oh, boy. All right, take care, Blades. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks again for Gatekeeper. That was very, very fun. And thanks for that introduction. Appreciate you. Ooh, this is a long run back. What's faster? Going that way or this way? Let's try this way. Oh. Did we not go this way? No, we totally went this way before. Whatever. Alright. Once again, I don't know where the quarters are. That would be worth exploring because our stamina is like gonzos. Can I... Cutter needs to be repaired. Okay, so I'm assuming we're going to do that at the... a cutter is a type of ship, and we're going to fix that type of ship at the same place we've been putting all the other orders through. That's my guess. I don't think we've gone down this elevator. Oh, that's right, because it's not yet active for whatever reason. Okay. Maybe we need to repair something. We use her quarters. Aha! There we go. There's some rest. I do wonder how much the day-night cycle matters in the game. Like, is this... Is this the sort of game that we will be able to like, have different experiences in? Day-night cycle type sort of stuff. Certain monsters will show up at nighttime that won't show up in daytime. That the inclusion of that, doing it at different times, kind of implies that, and it starts to imply, like, well, maybe stealth is easier at nighttime. Are those giant tentacles waving around? Are you seeing that over there? This is one heck of a world. So yeah, I'm deeply curious about what sort of systems are in this game. This is absolutely the game for the people who just, in an old school EverQuest, just loved roaming. And just loved, you know, ooh, where does this boat take me? Ooh, cool, right? Oh, let's definitely unlock that shortcut first. What? You're still here? Dude, your boss is gone. Like, why are you still even fighting? You were left behind. There we go. All right, there we go. Checkpoint unlocked. Or shortcut, rather. Got a couple more dudes. Oh, dang. So, backstab damage seems to be a thing. Apostolic Union now consider you accepted. So there's relationships. Can't carry any more lockpicks. Okay, where do I see that? Player kill, total number of lives, human or otherwise you have taken. Oh dear, I'm getting Undertale vibes now. Summon kills. Your summoned creatures have taken in your name. Interesting. Number of beers you have drunk. Oh dear. Tea's drunk. Why is there a tracker for this? Feeling mildly tipsy. Now what? Is that, like, boosting my attack or something? Okay. Hi, Darkstar Mercenary languishes, an ale in one hand. She barely registers your presence. So are you with the Inquisition, or some petty thief come to pick off our corpses? Hunting your leader. Do as you please, I'll not hamper you. That wench has led us into enough trouble. I'll leave you to your ale. We're going to do the charm spell, and then I don't know if that's actually going to help my charm skill. Need 10. I have no love for Vela, but it's another thing to betray the Darkstar Company. They're still my brethren. Okay, so you can't kill NPCs. Good to know. So, well, if she won't let me in, you know, probably have a key. All right, so we got to come back when we have more chattiness. Feeling sober, you'd think. How are my stats? Yeah, my stats are back to normal. Okay. So we went from 5 attack to 7 attack with that. So maybe that's going to be important to use at some point. I don't know. Ooh, you look spooky. Ooh. Oh, no. Wrong items. Jeez. Okay. You have a mouth stomach? Definitely needed to be parrying there. Hey, more seed. Can I use the cannon? No. Boo. Where is it? I mean, this is just like taking us back to where we were, right? Can we jump down anywhere to somewhere interesting? Oh, we have this whole space to explore. Okay. Oh, you're not a monster. Okay, silk thread, a sturdy silk produced by the ubiquitous silk slug. Can be used to upgrade a variety of clothing. Despite being soft to the touch, this thread is remarkably durable. Thanks for not being mad at me that I thought you were a monster. Man, what an interesting model. Heal up. Let's check out what's in here. More coins. Mana potion, which oh. Okay, so there's a secret around here. It's probably higher up too. Oh snap! We Banjo-Kazooie now, platforming on floating platforms. Okay, we'll do that in a sec. Open sesame. Yay! Common Ring of Health. Boosts the health of its wearer. Mass-produced replica of an ancient design which predates even the World Rend. The power of its enchantment is marred by mediocre craftsmanship. Okay. This looks special. What if I sleep in the bed of the obvious necromancer lair and I go till nighttime? Yeah, you wake up groggy and notice something is amiss. Yes, there's no doubt someone has been here while you were asleep. Fortunately, most of your gear was well hidden, but the thieves have stolen some coin. That's it? Okay, interesting that there can be like random events like that. All right, here we go. Got it. Equip the ring. All right, so 20 health is like nice, but not exactly a huge deal. Okay. And we're all the way back here. Right. Well, this is really interesting. I mean, I think by now you'll kind of know if Dread Delusion is for you or not, right? If you are into a more mechanically light but heavy on exploration experience, I think this is, I think this is the ticket. I think if you are going to build an exploration type sort of experience, I think this is an interesting one to look at of how do they make an environment that is interesting and rewarding to explore. I think the creating of experience as exploration rewards is very good, very strong, designed to communicate to the player what is important here. Every time I fight, I'm like, I'm kind of just doing this to get through them, and if there was a way to get around them, I would. So it's a good case study of how our rewards incentivize player behavior. I think this is probably going to be it for me today on this. We'll keep exploring for like another minute or two. Truth Potion. The Union has banned the use of this potion for it interferes with many of their officially sanctioned spells. Reveals the truth of things. Okay. Curious about that. I wonder when we're going to know, we need to use a truth potion on this. Yeah, what I'm observing of Dread Delusion is a lovingly crafted world, interesting lore, and a space that just invites you to come explore it. And I think that's super rad. Here we go. Here's a crystal. Go ahead and peace out here. All right, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. It was so much fun doing these two games. We're going to be back with more Banana Jam starting tomorrow. I'm going to be working on that off stream in just wee hours that I have here and there. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Appreciate you, and we're going to catch you next time. We're going to raid out, though. We're going to raid into some, let's see who's online. Let's not make promises we can't keep. Let's raid into... let's raid into Too Much Tomato. We never get to raid into Too Much Tomato. They just barely started their stream. We're going to go hang out with Too Much Tomato. He's a very accomplished game dev, has a couple of games out, working on Torso Tennis. And it's a roguelike tennis hot potato. I mean, it's awesome. It's really cool. It's been covered by some pretty big names in the space. Definitely good place to go hang out with. So we're going to hang out there. That being said, Fox Hollow Games is a charitable enterprise helping people enter the games industry. If you like game analysis, if you like events and game jams and all sorts of things, dev interviews, you're in the right place. Welcome home. I invite you to like, follow, subscribe wherever you're at. Let's go hang out with Too Much Tomato.